I want something from the woman, correct?
Yeah.
I should put my best foot forward. If I'm seeking.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So
But if you having a casual run-in, you didn't know you was running into me to put your best foot forward.
No,
so
true.
That's a by chance thing. And if a person is judging you off a by chance thing, that's a little odd to me.
But I be looking bummy though.
But
Like, you wouldn't know I had some
but,
flavor.
but it's a little odd for me for a motherfucker to have on the full outfit, ain't got nothing, you ain't got nothing
Nowhere
going
to
on
go.
that day anyway.
Like, why is you dressed up like
Yeah,
that?
and he's just like, I'm just.
But
I just
in
put on
Atlanta,
clothes.
it's different. You know, you could run into potential
But
things.
even if it's a matching, so I'm likely to have on like a bleach sock. You know what I'm saying? You might catch me in Publix with one sock good,
But I
one
feel
sock
like
bleach.
nowadays girls wear workout leisure and they don't even been done worked out for the day. They just be like, let me put those workout clothes that pretend as if I go to the gym. So what's the difference in you wearing a clean?
Because women can pull that
white
off.
V-neck.
Women can pull that. Like you're actually wearing what I'm seeking for. Like you in some tights, it's like that's good with me. I'm glad I would prefer that than the whole outfit on.
I think at our age, though, it don't matter, though, bro.
Yeah,
I think when we were younger, it mattered.
Yeah.
But I think at our age, it don't matter because people, like, bro, we get out the bed and go run errands, and we understand that. Just like, we just get up and go do shit. I probably don't have on clothes 98% of the time, even when I go out sometimes.
But you also have a
Be
name,
prepared.
so you
But
can
that
get
was
away.
before I had a name.
Which is true.
Yeah,
You
I used to have
house
house
shoe
shoes in the
shorty.
club. Nigga, like,
What you say? House shoe shorty?
Yeah, that man used to have on house shoes in the club. First time I seen him in the club, that man had on some dollar store house shoes. He wasn't even in them. You know how you slide them and fold the back, the heel part? He slid in them house shoes.
you were
think
cooking
it's-
everything that moved.
I think you'll be surprised though. I think it's everyone has a preference,
Right.
and it just depends on who you run into or who you trying to pursue.
So how old is your friend? We're not saying names and stuff, but how old?
She is actually younger than I am. We are about 6 years apart.
Oh, wow.
When I first met her, she was just turning 21.
Right.
So she is she'll be turning 23 this year.
So if you approach a 23-year-old, what's the way? Like, what do I ask for phone number, social media? Like, what's the non-abrasive? I'm just want to get to know you for the younger crowd.
I don't know.
Even your generation, I wouldn't even know like you. You younger than me, so.
I think with her, maybe social media.
Right.
I would appreciate a number.
So if a guy
Honestly.
just hit you with the number, that's not too.
No, because I ain't gonna be talking to you on social media, man. Just,
I feel like you can only like ask for social media if you hit me on social media. Like, hey, I'm following you on Instagram. What's your Facebook too? That's cool. But if you meet me at the gas station and you're like, what's your Instagram? I'm gonna be like,
that's lame to me.
But how wild is that for a motherfucker to hit you on Instagram and say, what's your Facebook too?
no, like I have that happen
social to
all the
social.
time. But like
Right.
with
Maybe they're
girls.
just trying to see more personal stuff, man.
Yes.
Right, if you ain't got pictures
Yes.
on one, I get that.
Yes. So, but I'm saying like if you ask for more social media and we talked on social media, I don't think that's weird. But if you saw me for the first time, or even you worked with me, and you never really spoke, and you just like, let me get your social media, I'm not gonna think you're interested like that. I'm gonna think that you just kind of want to kick it, like cool, like hey, we cool. Let me follow you on Instagram.
But if somebody asks from social to social, though, don't that feel like a dude saying, send me a picture?
I don't know.
Bro, I found it easy to just go for the social media.
But I'm saying asking social to social. I'm on Instagram and say, what's your Facebook?
Yeah, I've never
That
done
mean
that.
I like want to see more of you. Like,
Because to be honest, I could probably find, if you give me one, I can find the rest
other.
of
Right. But I
some creep
find
shit,
myself like oddly nervous to approach women too, though, because like you say, you don't really know what to ask for.
Right.
It's just like you have to like figure out a slick approach to get to where you want to be without asking directly sometimes.
But I mean, is it really with the age, or is it with just like this generation
It's
right
it's
now?
both. It's both though. It's both.
So hold on, wait. Do you mean is it our age?
No,
Bro,
like,
she said
Or is it just the era we're in?
Right.
Like the current
Yeah, I think it's.
I would say it's the. Go ahead. I'll let you know.
climate.
I think it's more the era.
Like how we are all living right now at the current age we are.
Right.
Not really a gap between 23 and 33.
Right.
More so how the climate of the world is. It's awkward in everything you do.
But a woman my age, I have no problem approaching.
Right. I think the issue is that social media has made people antisocial.
Yes.
Just like a dude will sit in the club and look at you all night, and as soon as y'all leave, he'll get in your DMs and say, "Was that you?
Yes.
Bitch, you knew that was me.
Right.
You watched me all night, weirdo, and you knew who I was before you even asked."
You downtown?
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's made us more antisocial. So we don't even know how to communicate because we don't communicate as often.
Right.
In school, we were forced to talk. PE, like you had to go talk to a girl. There was no other way to approach her. But I think social media has made men cowards too. You feel me? It's like the approach is not genuine, it's not natural, and the encounters aren't either.
It helps you deal with rejection better.
Exactly. That's why I said cowards. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it makes you a coward because usually, like, you have to deal with that rejection. You get turned down by a girl in the 8th grade, you'll never forget it.
No, that's the biggest fear of all men, for the way. Like, when a man musters up enough confidence to come speak to you in person, that's our biggest fear, though. That rejection is hell, though. And a lot of men don't know how. That's why you get fuck you, bitch. Fuck you then, bitch. Y'all know,
so what about rejection after the phone number? Like you get past the first, little bit or whatever, and then later on down the line,
you decide that's not the move. I can't personally speak to that. I've always said this though: if I get your number or we go on a date, it's a wrap.
Deal. Okay.
And not because my weakest point is the approach. I suck at the approach. I'm nervous. I don't know what to say. I'm fumbling. I don't know what to ask you for. But if we can get past that and we can get to the date or the phone number, that
would always been my motto. If she listens, she'll let me fuck. If you don't listen, you good. But once you go to listening, I hate
to agree with you on that, but you're right though. Yeah. It just sounds so terrible.
But it's the truth. It's the reality of it. Just like
speaking blunt while rolling a blunt.
Absolutely.
You done turn some dudes down after the number? Yes. How'd that go for you? Fuck you then?
No. I think I go for men who are gentlemen, since I don't really deal with assholes and stuff because it just wouldn't be a good mix because I know I can be an asshole and it would be very toxic.
Right.
And I have not been in a toxic relationship with anyone. But
that's a first. I never heard nobody say they haven't been in a toxic relationship before, which is dope, by the way. Yeah. Not mandatory.
But I think it's never been like a fuck you or anything like that. The latest one, just recently, actually, I turned down a date because just the conversation before confirming everything, it was just awkward. It was weird, and then it was just other stuff like prior to it that we done already talked about, discussed. And
now, give me the weird. What was weird? What threw you off?
It was like men being weird, he being like sexual, and then
too
I'm
soon.
Not even, like too soon. I'm not even showing interest. You know what I'm saying?
Got to the date yet. So what's your favorite position?
I got a question for y'all as women, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I have been in a situation before though when I think more so I get myself in trouble when I feel like I approach somebody that's kind of out of my league. Mm-hmm. You feel me? Because you start doing shit out of character. It's like when you fucking with somebody that you feel like you should have or you can have. You feel me? No, but there's a such thing as out of your league still, and they may not even see you like that. You just see it like that because you look at them, you like, damn, this motherfucker gorgeous, but you don't know she all over you the same way.
Right.
So what you do is you go in showing too much interest and you doing too much. And it kind of turns her off because it's almost like she felt like she was in a position where she was interested in you and she was kind of on the chase and you Pepe Le Pew with her. You turn it around and you chasing her.
So she wanted to be in awe.
But you in awe and it kind of threw her off. So I was going to ask, has there ever been a dude that y'all talked to and y'all was just like you into him and then he just started doing too much? Like I was like, I got shut down for being too nice or too much of a gentleman. Or you feel me? And it's just like, it was weird, but it was just like
that's toxic femininity.
Like, bro, you doing too nice. Like he doing too much. You feel me? You too excited, and I'm like, damn, am I not supposed to be excited? But any other time where I'm just like going there nonchalant and just like whatever, it's like falling out the sky. But when I really show genuine interest, or I'm trying to, you feel me, initiate shit, it's just all like, whoa, you're doing too much. And it's not even a sexual thing. It's just like trying to plan a date. Trying to pick a place, you feel me? Trying to get you on the phone, and it's just like
too much.
I'm doing too much.
You wasn't doing too much.
But I'm saying it happens though. It's a real thing because it's a real thing.
No, I just feel like that person might have been full of themselves and not realized it because, I know I'm a hopeless romantic, so I don't feel like a person planning a date or trying to see me or trying to talk to me is doing too much. Like unless I'm not interested.
And I've seen the same person out with a complete dirtbag. In love with him, you feel me? So I'm just like, that's just some people are just attracted to toxic shit.
Yeah. There are people who do like the thrill of chasing the other. Like they like that shit, like you ignoring them and shit. And then when that's why they go for the douchebag, because he ain't really paying them no mind. They're trying to prove. But what I've read in studies is that people who do that are hurt. They either didn't have the attention of their mom or their dad. Mm-hmm. So they like the thrill of chasing a person, and it gives them this feeling of like, I finally proved it to someone.
Right.
When they give them little tidbits of like, pat on the back. You can lay on me today. Right.
Would y'all agree that happiness scares some people?
Yes.
To where like something being too good or something.
Y'all so deep right now.
I'm just asking.
What's that saying? There you go. Mm-hmm.
Like some people just enjoy
too good to be true.
Some people some people self-sabotage on purpose. Mm-hmm. Like if something is too sweet or something too nice. I've been like that in my life, to where a girl is too nice and too good, and I'm like, I don't even deserve. It ain't even that. It's like I don't even deserve this shit. I'm so used to not having good shit that when something good happens to me, it's too good to be true. That's why a lot of people can't get rich. That's why a lot of people can't maintain anything, because they find a way to ruin everything they touch.
But you got to understand though, it's the responsibility of being happy. You do understand, like
there is a responsibility,
right? Because when good people come into your life, you feel the obligation to be on their level. So when you feel like you cannot live up to that person's expectations or reciprocate, you will just rather get out of it.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Know what? I think it's dope. Somebody told me that, and I respected it. They told me that, like, you're a genuinely good person and you do things for people genuinely. And they said, you look at me like I'm this animated character that's great, and I don't see myself that way yet.
Right. I can't live up to your expectations.
And I was like, that's dope. I appreciate that. Yeah. Like, but it was just the fact that they knew that, and I'm just like giggling, like, what do you mean? And they're like, you're genuinely nice, and I'm just a piece of shit right now.
I've been that way in a lot of situations, though.
I think a lot of people are traumatized and they don't know about it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. That might be most people.
Yeah, and until you realize that and work on that, you will always have that mentality of too good to be true. Yeah.
So
you won't accept happiness, like, because you're traumatized, or or that's why you're expecting so much from someone, because you had this in the past.
Right. And so when Buddy asked you for that foot pic too soon, what was your response to his sexual gesture? Did you just cut him off right then?
I was like, are you serious right now? That was literally my question to him, because it was straight to the point, and I was like, and he was like, oh, well, I was just joking. I was like, but you told that joke like last week.
So
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that same joke.
When Nelly said, unless you're going to do it.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding like Jason.
For real.
Unless you're going to do it.
Maybe you didn't get it the first time.
So, I said, it was already stuff in the past, and, like, we just trying to work up a date, and it just never came.
I got you. Mm-hmm. So before we introduce everything, we done broke a little ice here. Well, let's get the elephant out the room, man. Y'all okay? You too? Yeah. You thought I wasn't gonna break it up? Y'all all right?
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Okay, little brother, big brother, little sister vibe going on here. Okay, so one of my purposes for creating this podcast with my brother was to be completely transparent. That was my goal. I can't speak for Bones' personal goals in this, but I wanted same. Yeah, I wanted a space where I felt like, because when me and him talk, it's just open and honest conversation, whether we agree. We disagree all the time, but it's cool to be able to talk to a person who, it don't matter whether we agree or disagree, it's still love. You know what I'm saying? That's very, very rare. So many people hang, like, I have to agree with you for us to be friends. So I don't think it's fair to not express some of the issues going on with our podcast. We are fairly new, right? Mm-hmm. And so if you notice the dynamic when we added Tania on, we wanted to add a female voice to the podcast. And there's a little bit, people think that podcasting is just conversation. You just come in here, have a conversation, it's just like normal. But you do have to think about the viewing experience for those watching. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I think some people don't really understand that. Then you have to be on topic and be able to be followed and have constant topics, and sometimes approach the same topic in a different manner. It's a lot of, nuts and bolts to the whole situation, right? So we did add a new voice to the show. And on some particular conversations, not in any malicious way, it's just been a little tension as far as we get everybody's very opinionated in this group. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of cutoffs had started happening. And I don't personally think that well, I'll speak for me. It doesn't bother me necessarily, but it might have affected some of the viewer listenership. You know what I mean? Like they might not have been able to follow along. But also everybody communicates differently. And I was expressing to you that me and Bone have a rapport. And I think that, and I would like to apologize to you personally also. Me and Bone have a rapport. I've known this man since middle school.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? In middle school, we was best friends in middle school. Then we separated in high school and met back up later on in life when he became Boneface and all this other kind of stuff, right? So we just naturally always had a bond. So we could sit here and hold a conversation because we built up that level of respect for one another, right? And then to add a new voice in such a transparent situation, which is also new to podcasting, you get what I'm saying? I don't think we like sat down and explained it to you well enough.
No, we never had any.
Yeah, we didn't. We were just like, come back.
Yeah,
and let you get your shit off. And when you add another person, especially permanently, you have to define roles. So I think that was something that we did wrong. But what was your take on, like, what was the tension that you felt like in the room on previous shows with Tania?
My tension is never, like I said, it's never personal because I've been fucking with Tania for a long time too.
Right.
Why I invited her on. I think more so my frustration is protecting the integrity and the quality of the show more than anything. And I understand that we have a lot of situations to where, especially when you got 4 microphones going, it's easy when it's just me and you going back and forth. And it's a little more difficult when we have a third person. And then we integrated a 4th person. Right. You feel me? So nobody wants to watch a situation where it's just a bunch of rah, 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 and it's just a bunch of yelling. People lose interest real quick. So that was more my concern than anything. I don't have an issue with disagreeing because everybody's entitled to their opinions. And most of the time we just on here giving our opinion and none of it is fact. So nothing that's ever said I have an issue with. It's just more so the we have to give each other room. You feel me? Because it's like it's tight in here. You feel what I'm saying? So especially if it's a situation, and I think that we get we forget that we're recording sometimes, and we forget that we're doing a show, and we think we're in regular conversation. Regular conversation, we can yell and scream over each other all day, but we have to understand that this is a professional setting and we're doing a show. Now, mind you, to her credit, I had to learn the same thing the first few episodes because I used to deem myself the cutoff king. You feel what I'm saying? So it's something I had to watch back and realize, like, damn, bro, you bullish as fuck right there. You got to learn how to be quiet and let people talk. You feel me? So that's something I had to learn myself. So on me, that I will say, like you said, we never really had a sit down and explain, because everything has to have roles. I've been running businesses my whole life.
You have.
You feel me? So everything has to have roles. I've worked with people that I can't stand. I've worked with people who I know couldn't stand me, but it still worked because I understood role. You feel what I'm saying? And we understood our places. So the thing about most shows, if you watch them, the First Takes, the Breakfast Clubs, everybody has a defined role. You feel me? And they know, like, and there's always there's almost a pecking order, and it has to be that way. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So my thing is with this show, I let you lead a lot of the times because somebody has to lead. If you got more than one leader, you got a problem. Right. Always. I don't give a fuck what kind of business you're doing and what you're putting together. If you got 2 leaders, you got a problem. Right. You feel me? You have to have one lead and everybody else has to follow. You feel me? So especially with her being new to the show, you know, there's a some shit just embedded in you to feel like she's extra, but she's not extra. She's a part of this, so I have to treat her that way. You feel what I'm saying? Right. But her just coming in, you know, it's just natural the way we do shit.
Because it's an oxymoron, permanent guest. Right. If you're permanent, you're not a guest.
Right. Yeah, you're a part of this shit. So we have to treat her accordingly. But most of that just comes from not sitting down and having a meeting and explaining what we're doing, what the roles are. Usually when you have 3 people, it's 2 people talking and somebody's just a moderator. When these 2 people get out of hand, there's usually not 3 talking heads with no moderator. That's chaos. Yeah. So because we don't have a moderator and you kind of play the moderator, you feel what I'm saying?
I get wrapped up in the chaos.
But that's what I'm telling you. It's like I have no problem when me and her are going back and forth most of the time. Really, which is wild. I don't have no problem with that. The problem is when you try to step in and moderate and get cut off too. Right. So now we have no control. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's just a thing, and I think it's something that was going to naturally occur whether we had a conversation or not. Just from us bumping heads. It's just like you don't keep bumping heads the same way. Just like we all sit and watch the show, I'm sure she should sit and watch it too and say, damn, I could have did this better, or damn, I could have did that better. We 30 episodes in before she got here. Thanks. You feel what I'm saying? So that's on me for being kind of hard, but I'm just like that.
Right,
You feel what I'm saying? But I do know how to, just like I came in last episode, and I'm just like accountability. Like, hey, I did a little too much this last time. I'm gonna let y'all do y'all thing this time. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just chemistry, and it has to be something that just worked on. And it's just like we're gonna have a lot of fucking problems and along the way, and it's just about how can you get through them. You can look at groups and shows, and bro, they never last.
Right.
Everything has a fucking time period, because the thing about it, as the show grows, your ego is going to grow, her ego is going to grow, my ego is going to grow, and before you know it, it's going to be too big for three egos to be on the same show, and we part ways, and we love on each other and do whatever. You feel me? So, but everything has a time limit, especially when you're dealing with three people who are doing something like this, three heavily opinionated people, two who are usually right in every room that they're in. In every room that she's usually in, everybody's listening to her. Right. When you're in a room, everybody's listening to you, and it's the same way here. So you get in here, and it's all three of us used to taking the floor and dominating the floor. You're going to have some clashes, but I think naturally we just learn how it goes. Just like me and you start doing. I could look at you and you know, all right.
Right.
And you look at me, and it's like, but I'm starting to learn that with her too. Even at the beginning of this show, I can look at her and tell when she about to stop, when she gonna keep going, when to let her go. You know, so.
And my biggest thing, and I've asked you inadvertently a couple of times, like, how do you feel about your podcast personality? Like when you watch it back, you know, how do you feel? You know what I mean? But how many episodes are you in? 5 or 6? It's roundabout 5 or 6 or so.
Like 5 or 6, yeah.
Right. So
I think it's like, well, that have aired, yeah.
Yeah,
like
that
7.
have. So how do you feel about the recent, or just even your podcast conversational interactions? Do you feel like it's a learning curve? Do you feel like it's because I wanted to tell you too though, like, and I'll let you answer, that there's a difference between talking and explaining, and I had to learn that. You get what I'm saying? Even on this show, because I'm thinking 100 miles an hour, and I always feel like I got something smart to say or funny to say. You get what I'm saying? So I had to learn that it's a difference when we're all talking and then when we're all explaining. Does it make sense?
It make a lot of sense.
Right. So when we're talking, the chaos is great. When we all making funny points, we can all agree it's whatever. But when someone's trying to make an actual point, I realize that the viewer is following. Because when I go watch it at home, I might hear you start a point or me start a point, or you and somebody cut them off, and I'm like, damn, what that nigga was trying to say? Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's not that I mind the other person. I'm just, as a listener, I was really following where that person was going. And we do a good job on the show, and extended you the same courtesy. When somebody be like, hold on, let me finish. You get what I'm saying? And I started taking those cues. It's like, okay, this person's explaining more so than talking. And I'd be like, all right, I'm gonna let you do your thing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's it. But how have you felt about the interaction so far?
I mean, so at first I didn't, when he would start talking, I would just stop. Mm-hmm. That's what I did at first. And then I remember you being like I always kind of look at your eyes to see like where to go sometimes, because you're like me, you look me in the face, so I'll look and you'll be like, you know, like, go in there. And then one time you wrote me and you said, get in there and make your point. So I started trying to just,
oh damn, this might be my fault, I didn't realize.
No, go ahead.
No, I'm saying I started just trying to do that, but then, you know, like I told you when you asked last time, how did I view it back, there were times that I saw like, okay, right there I could have stopped. Or like I overanalyze anything I do. So I watch before you would even say, like, what do you think I'm watching? Because I'm trying to see, did I go too far here? Did I do too much here? So that's why when we left last time, I immediately wrote. Mm-hmm. But I said something to you before we even left. Mm-hmm. Because I already, when I stopped, that's why I just got quiet the rest of and the only time I started saying stuff was when she was like, Tania. Right. So then I'm like, okay, well, let me try to, because I didn't have a view on it at all. I was already out of the mix. I just had realized certain things I had read also. So I knew where she was trying to go. Right. But she felt like she couldn't.
I do notice that you do that from time to time too. Yeah. Like you'll figure out where someone's going and you'll try to get there for them.
Or, yeah. So like I was like, yeah. So I noticed that while it was happening, though. So then that's kind of when I just kind of like, and then y'all was like, you'll agree with anybody who look you in the eye. And no, it was just at that point I was trying to study, like, what was I doing? You know what I'm saying? Like,
and I'm always teasing. Don't ever take me seriously.
No,
like,
but I do. Joking, but I don't have, like, so in situations like work anywhere where it's like my ethic or my work,
Right.
I'm going to care about the opinion of the other people. But if it's just like the regular world, then I don't.
Right.
So like in a situation like this, even if you make a joke, I know there's a pun in there a little. So it's kind of like giving me a hint, chill out. So I'll start to do that. So then I'm having an idea, and I'm also trying to monitor, like, did I overstep there? Did I overstep?
Yeah.
You see what I'll be having like 12 things. So I think it gets me a little intense, but it's not ever like I'm mad. Like I'm never mad about anything because it's opinion.
Right.
But I'm a very verbal and
Passionate
talker. Yes. And I teach. So I am used to being a talker and explaining things in like 7 different ways to try to get 17 different people to understand it in a different way. You see what I'm saying? Because I have to teach generations. So 19 to 50, I could have a classroom of different ages. So I'm trying to make all these different analogies, trying to like get it understood. And I think that's a lot of times with Bone, we'll be saying the same thing. And I'll think it, but it's like, no, that's not what I mean. But you, like, when that time, the only thing I can remember, I watched back that time that I was like, maybe I used the wrong word, but that's not what I'm saying.
Right.
When I can't make you see that I'm agreeing with you, but from the woman view of it, because a lot of times it's not how I feel, it's how I know women feel.
Right. And what I want you to understand though is that, like, the shutdown is what we don't want. We don't want this thing to be something to where it's over. You got to sit and think when you can talk and wait. It's not. That's not what we want. Like he said, there's a difference between talking and explaining. Like me and you go back and forth and not agree on something all day long. That's fine. We could even talk over each other in those situations. But it's almost like when we have takes on something and you have your take and we're spinning it around the room. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And I watch Skip and Shannon do it all the time. Let me talk. They really have issues sometimes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so, but it's just like when it's the time for you to give a take, it's like this is your moment to explain yourself, because the thing about it, these people that are watching this shit are buying our personalities.
Right.
And they are invested in certain people on this show. You representing a bunch of people on this show that you don't know you represent, and they watching this and you are their voice. You say the shit that they think. You feel me? And I'm on here and I say the shit that some people think, and vice versa. All of us do. So it's almost robbing his audience of him if I cut him off when he's in a take.
Right.
You feel me? Because you represent your folks. And the same thing. So I think I've gotten really good at that, to where if somebody's giving the take, I want you to get your shit off.
Right.
Because we all learning. You feel me? But it's almost it's a buzzkill when I cut that shit off. You feel me? Almost to say nothing or try to finish it for you. You feel me? Because it's almost like you just got to let people have their moments for their viewers. You feel me? But outside of that, though, everything else, I ain't never had no issue with nothing else. All that other shit is just like us yelling over each other and having that's people like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
People like that. But when because there's shit on here that's like where it's time we educate, and it's time we gonna drop some gems. It's like people be wanting to hear those gems, and what I don't want, more so for you, I don't want people to say, damn, Tania just be fucking everything up. That's me being frustrated more so, is not against, or it's almost like in favor of, like, hey, I don't want them to look at you crazy. Yeah. You feel me? And the same thing, because like when we were doing the show in the beginning, it's like, I'm sure you would talk to people and they always say that boy Bone or whatever. And vice versa. So it's like I start seeing your audience out in public. You feel me? And it's just like they trying to tell me and try to explain to me how I could give them more of you. You feel me? Yeah. So it's just like we just got to understand that everybody has their own individual audience and they are a voice for somebody, and you got to let those people speak or they'll get frustrated with the show.
That's true. And that's just something I wanted to hash out. I felt like we owed the viewers that. But more importantly for you, I appreciate you being on this show. Sure. Please don't overthink it. Your energy is so well appreciated. You understand what I'm saying? Don't ever wait to be silent to talk. It's just that it's something simple as just cues. If somebody like, you gonna have passionate arguments. Get in there. You gonna cut people off. But don't nobody, like, we don't give a fuck on this show. Ain't no feelings, ain't no, you know what I mean? We express feelings on the show. We don't have them, if that makes any sense. You get what I'm saying? So feel free to get in there. Feel free to cut someone off. It's cool. But when somebody, you know, everybody gives cues. I be like, hold on, let me get it. You understand, right? So it's cool.
Yeah,
so
it makes no sense for us to have you.
I just wanted to hash it out for, you know,
viewer
I think
purposes.
It's also, too, that, like, you two are certain type of men, okay? Certain type of women ain't even going to argue back with y'all on this show, and they're just going to sit there and they're just going to let you. Which we hate, by the way. That's why we brought right. So that last week was like that because me and her aren't those type. So there was to women, okay? And I always tell y'all, we know that men are more logical than us. We know that we are emotional. So the emotions that you guys are able to sit in, it's not always that way for me. You know, like I'm a little more passionate when it comes to speaking because,
excuse me,
I don't know, like I feel like that's how you have to be heard in the science world. When I was like, you don't, you know, you're a woman, and then you're black, so they automatically 2 strikes, you're stupid.
Yeah.
So you gotta give
you have to have a voice, or they don't even hear you to know. Oh, that was her grade. It's like,
yeah, and I was gonna say it makes no sense for us to have you on here if we're gonna silence you, because and the thing about it is like we have us together are already hell. You feel me? So you have to have an even bigger voice. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
But so, I know when I'm wrong, so that's why last week when you was out of here,
but you're not wrong.
I don't mean wrong, but like I could have chilled, but I also think I was drinking tequila then too.
Yeah, but I think there's like, shit could always be different on all fronts.
And when we have a woman oriented topic, I mean you're supposed to be more, and we have to realize that too. Mm-hmm. When we're talking about rape, or we talking about dating or clothing or something like that, and you get heated and overtalk, we have to be cognizant to know that the women of the viewers, they want to hear more of your opinion on that than ours, because we stated ours. Don't wear that or this. You know, we get that. They want to hear, you know, a female pushback. But 30 minutes in, welcome to the Anxiety Issues Podcast. I'm Adam 12 Taylor here with my brother Boneface of Boneface Inc. and Tania Monroe. I'm not even gonna hit you with no Latina stuff. I think we're past that at this point in time.
Thanks.
Right. And we have a lovely guest, a woman that I have had the pleasure of meeting back and forth through my job, kind of interacts with her job. Phyllis, am I saying that right?
Yes.
Are you from here?
I'm from Milton. I'm from Pensacola.
Okay, cool. You from Milton?
Yes.
Hey, you didn't give me Milton vibes. You know, like Milton has like a vibe that we.
What's the vibe in Milton?
Lame.
What? Okay.
No, Milton dudes though, like Milton dudes, not Milton. Not Milton women. Just Milton dudes give me that. Like what Milton dudes do is they play hood until like a Pensacola hood dude come around, and then it's like it ain't so hood no more. That's just kind of the vibe.
I feel that.
Right. So to get you involved in the conversation, I'm gonna come to you first. Have you ever heard of CRT?
CRT.
It's called critical race theory.
No.
Okay, cool. Well, this is great then. Yes. So there's this movement of anti-critical race theory going around. Like, so we all have. Do you have kids?
I do. I have one child.
How old?
2-year-old.
Okay, cool. So we all have kids in school age, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so anti-critical race theory is this thing going around where white men mostly, right? And they're arguing about, this is like newsworthy, CBS, NBC, they're going at it in these school board meetings about teaching race relations. They're saying that teaching race relations is actually counterproductive. By teaching kids about our racial history actually enforces racism. We're making white people feel ashamed about being white. Okay? So that's why it's called critical race theory, right? Well, that's anti. So there's a group of teachers, and there's no proof, like there's no class for this or nothing like that. It's just teachers being human beings, recognizing what's going on in the world. They're kind of teaching their students about just race relations. They see it on TV every day. You get what I'm saying? So they're just teaching them how race has influenced us when it comes to laws, how it influences us when it comes to our culture, everything. And there's a bunch of white parents just like, no, this is enforcing. So do you feel like the teaching of how racism affects us is in fact letting our children know about racism?
You know what's wild about that? I used to always say, bro, the worst thing that can happen to your child, right, is for them to erase the history books and they be in a race with a white child and wonder why they can't never win. You feel what I'm saying? And it's almost like they start feeling less than, not understanding that these people had a large head start. And I always knew it. I say, bro, they gonna take us through hell and then erase all the history of it and act like everything is good, everything is even, when the race was rigged from the beginning.
Right.
You feel me?
But are we making white kids feel the shame by teaching our racial past and the current effects of racism? Do you think that's shaming white people?
Nah.
I think that's making them aware.
Yes. Yes.
I mean,
Right. I can't
That's like
agree more.
even, like I said, I teach different age groups. And so I have this group of age group that's like 18 to 23 maybe. When I say they be mad when they say stuff about their parents being racist, like they be like, I told him he was a piece of shit and I don't want any of his money if that's how he's gonna, like, they ain't with it. Like, and they know the history. And they say, and it's literally this group. It's just this group, like 18 to 23-ish. Like, a little bit over, they ain't that passionate about it, you know? But that group right there, I find that they do the most odd things to their parents to show them, like, no, we need to know the real history. And black people are great, and this. And I'm just like, y'all be, like, when stuff happens at the school, they are more passionate than I am sometimes. And I'm like,
right.
What's going on? It's a little, but they're like the ones that I feel are so ashamed that they're going completely like, I want to date outside of white.
That's probably their biggest trouble. That's a whole nother. It's one thing to not be racist, but then to date someone black, that's a whole nother issue for black parents. Right. But feel their concept. They're saying that kids don't know what racism is. So when we teach them about racism, it's enforcing racism. Do you see any correlation? Because I get what they're trying to say.
I get what they're saying, but it's like, it's right here. It's clear that we're not the same.
Yeah.
So somebody got to explain this shit one way or another. You feel me?
At what point is racism talked about? You know, in the household,
right? And on top of that, it's just like the version of racism that white people teach from jump is mild.
Right.
That's mild. If we taught them the real thing. You feel me?
Yes.
And it's like then I think a lot of the fear is like they don't want their kids to know the monsters that they were. And you be ashamed of your heritage and ashamed that what you were a part of. You feel me?
Yeah.
But I'm just like, shit, if your grandparents were rapers and all this extra shit that has nothing to do with you, you feel what I'm saying? You might catch a little sting from it, but that's a part of their motherfucking debt. You feel me?
Right.
Just like that, I'm one of those people that believe that you don't outlive your like if the karma miss you, will catch your children. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just like a lot of curses are generational because you ain't pay enough for it. You feel me?
Yeah.
You feel me? So these folks behind you got to pay for it, and that's your payment that the people that you love have to pay for it. You feel what I'm saying? So they're trying to erase that. You know what I'm saying? Like your kids, maybe they should feel that. You feel me? Because it happened and it's a real thing, and maybe they won't repeat it because they feel the way they feel now.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So
that's how emotional things like that work. Like, in order for a person to actually be empathetic, they have to have felt that they felt it. So something like that is taught for you to actually have empathy and not sympathy.
Right.
And what they have is sympathy. And they don't know the difference between the two.
Yeah.
So that's why it's always donating for public sympathy. You're not actually feeling sorry for those people. You're not actually feeling it. You're not, empathetically feeling what they went through. They don't want to. We're living in a world where people want to choose where they can feel and not feel how they feel.
And what about the shame on the other side?
Like we have.
What do you mean? Like the shame we?
The shame we feel from it. Our kids have to feel from it. You feel me? The inferiority they have to feel. And it's almost like somebody stepping on your shoe and they mad. They trying to kill the news about it. You feel me? Right. When I'm the one that, and you talking about you embarrassed about stepping on my shoes, and my shit got stepped on.
But they claim that if we don't teach it, then we wouldn't feel it either. Like kids wouldn't know nothing about racism.
No, what would happen is what is trying to happen right now, which is like that thing I posted and you was like, oh, we could talk about it. Where Kim Kardashian got her new Skims out and you can't tell that it's not Beyonce. It literally looks like Beyonce. That's why they're doing these things. They don't like that there's cultural things that are only cultural to us and not different people. Like they want to just do what they want to do. Like how it used to be something like ghetto to wear 2 chains. You can't go nowhere now and not see younger white people with 12 chains on. It's a thing they sell now. It's like if they don't teach it, then those kids don't know that it's weird for white girls to wear edges and do all this crazy stuff.
And it don't look like and it
won't look weird.
And it doesn't look like they're stealing your culture then too. You feel me? This is for everybody. This don't belong to y'all.
Right.
You can't steal a culture.
Colorless.
Yeah, we're colorless. It's almost like genderless. You see the doctor. Who was that?
Jeezy and his wife.
Gucci Man would never. That's all I want to say. Big guwap with
This man that went and got
an Asian woman.
An Asian woman, right?
Uh-huh.
Mr. 817 I said it, I meant it.
One of my favorite rappers.
The man said when they have their baby, they are going to let their baby decide their gender. Boy, get the fuck out of here.
But let me tell you what that told me though. That
They're
told
not gonna pick a name. They don't want
decide
it.
their
Can pick
gender
when it's old enough.
But y'all
Okay, what goes on the birth certificate?
I don't.
You don't have to put anything now.
Oh yeah,
Are
you
you
don't.
serious?
You don't
Yeah.
have to put
So we just that
Wow.
dick in that vagina just don't mean nothing no
Oh
more.
wow.
That told me that Asian girl pussy was so fire.
It had to be. It had to
I
be.
She
know,
is
right?
fucking that nigga to
Yeah.
death. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
like, he ain't never had
He
none
ain't
of
never
that.
knew
Yeah.
this man ain't know what gender meant
Never.
before he met her.
She squirt. From anal.
all over the
Yeah,
place.
she squirt from anal. So you can see the whole squirt.
Probably his first Asian too.
Yes, like, but
And
And
Jenny Mine never wanted kids with her husband.
Yeah.
Now y'all know she
Yes,
was
that's
married,
right.
And
That
she
is
was
right.
on her show saying, "I am not having kids. It's not for me." And then met Jeezy, and 3 months later was like, "I want to have a family and I want children."
and it's why it's even wild. It's even wild to just. My thing is like to say, I'll let my child choose their sexuality when
Yeah.
they get older. You feel me? Okay, cool.
No, you mean their sex.
That sexuality, like the sex preference.
Right.
Not your
you-
sex.
Whether you
like men or women.
you think
Like
that's
you-
wild?
Hold on,
No.
no. Listen, I'm saying is that's wild to most people, right?
Okay, yeah.
But to say you get to choose your gender,
Okay.
Like who you want?
not your preference,
Right.
your gender. I get to choose.
That is
No.
fucking wild.
That's you just gonna tell me fuck science.
So I don't even
Right,
have to
it
be
ain't
gay.
even. That's
So
like
look, I don't
that's what
have,
I get to do as your mom is pick your name.
I don't have to be gay now.
See
There's no
what
gays
you
there.
are.
There's no gays. There's
no
nothing.
gays.
Because if I like men, I could just say I'm a woman, and then you can't call me gay.
No,
Right.
you don't even have to say you anything.
Yeah, I don't have to.
You have to say
be Dwayne
gender
Wade.
fluid. Yeah,
But if
Yeah.
you can't see them gay jeans in Dwayne Wade, I don't.
man, everything that man do gay.
Oh, y'all are funny.
Come on, man.
That's a whole nother ball game.
I don't even think Gabrielle Union like men. She like women.
She
but
like women.
He just made
They're
the cut.
both a beard. They're beards for each
Y'all
other.
need to
Yeah,
fucking
he just made the
stop.
cut.
That's what I feel like Will and Jada are too.
She said
You
they're
think we're
beards.
gay?
They're beards. They're beards for each other.
I want to meet all of these people. I'm not gonna join this
Diddy
conversation.
picks beards. He definitely picks
We're
beards.
not gonna go there with Diddy. I'm still looking for a record
Diddy.
deal.
Diddy
I
picks
signed a bad
beards.
boy today.
Hey, you gonna have to bust it open to get that deal, baby.
Nah, I just find him somewhere else to bust open at. Like, I'm a team player. I'll go get you one. Like, hey, brother, I know a couple cats, man. We can work that out.
It's your contract.
Right. but to stay on a positive note, when I was watching about this anti-critical race theory, there was a lady named Gina Collins. She's head of a group called Rise. It's resources in what is it? Resource. I always forget this. What's going on in my brain these days? Resources in independent school education. Basically, it's just getting private schools to have better race relations with families of color. If your kids go to any private school, you pretty much know your kids probably gonna act a little white. That's just what they gonna bump into. So she's just kind of working on having a better relationship between private schools and black families, right? She said something that was so dope, it gave me chills when I was listening to it. She says, by not teaching race, by saying that you just see people as people, you don't see color, because we've all heard a white person say they don't see color, right? She says, by doing this, you are denying my cultural capital. That was the dopest thing I heard. You're denying the worth of my culture. It's okay to see race, right? And she said, these white families are acting like children don't already see that you're different.
Right. Right.
They're not stupid. They see that we look different. They see that we're different shades and we're from different cultures and we dress and talk different. So it's our job to kind of coach them as to why these things are happening and that there's nothing wrong with either side. You get what I'm saying? But to deny that you see my race is to deny the importance of my race. And that's exactly what they're doing, because my opinion is they're denying this. They don't want to teach this in schools because that's how you keep your privilege.
Mm-hmm.
When you act like there's an equal playing field,
Right, and it's not an equal, and it's not by far.
it allows you to be privileged. But to acknowledge that there is a different gauge in life insinuates that you have a privilege, and they never want that to be even. So that was just my personal take on it. So when she said my cultural capital, I had never heard it put like that. That was dope for me.
Yeah, that's very nice.
That's a bar.
Super dope for me.
For sure.
All right. So you ready to tell her? You ready to be transparent? You know how you can let us go first, but if you would like to, I want to know. Okay, the worst lie you told in a relationship.
Come on, bro.
Not cheating. We can we can skip over the cheat if we have or have not cheated. But just the worst lie you told within your relationship. Because we come on here all the time and talk about how we've been lied to and, you know, what's wrong with this gender and what's wrong with that gender. But what's something that you told? You like, damn, I have to tell my boyfriend that or my girlfriend that. What?
I can't even think right now because
That's so hard to think about.
it is.
So have you lied to a boyfriend before?
Absolutely.
So is it hard for you to think of the lie or just which one was the worst? Which one is it?
A lie, because it's not. I don't. It's like
It can be a white lie.
yeah, that's what I'm
Right.
trying.
Or it can be
yeah.
like a major lie, like a
I guess the worst.
The word.
Yeah.
needed.
Which one was you just kind of like, damn, I ain't have to do. Like now that it's all said and done, like that was kind of wild. I said that.
Oh, come back to me. Don't do that. You can put me on the spot.
I know. I mean, I think I do this all the time. It's probably the worst. Like I don't have a boyfriend, but if I'm pissed off, I just go to bed. I'll just turn my phone off and say it died. But I'm really ignoring the fuck out of you, and I
Right.
feel like that's a worse lie because it's intent behind it.
Right.
My intent is to make you feel pissed the fuck off too. So I'm gonna ignore you.
So you cut your phone off and let his mind wonder
Yeah,
what
I
you
go-
got going on.
Then I turn it on at like 6 and be like, "Oh my bad, my phone went dead."
And you wonder why them niggas think you fucking. You can't cut your phone off on your man, though. That's toxic, though. You
When
cannot
somebody, if I say I don't want to talk about this no more,
Let me ask you a question. Damn, hold on. What you said to your man?
I don't want to talk about this no more.
Brother. That's what you told your boyfriend.
If I don't want to talk about something anymore,
You don't get to dictate when the conversation starts or stops, man.
if I don't talk, I
Go
do.
ahead. What you got to say? Is that how
Okay,
y'all
at
black
what-
women doing
at
it? Now
what point does the conversation stop?
Because you see, I get passionate.
Well-
so if I know I'm getting too riled up
But
and
here's
I
the-
don't want this to, I don't want to talk. Can we talk
I
about
mean,
this tomorrow? I don't want to talk about this tomorrow.
your portion of the conversation could stop whenever you feel like stop talking. But the listening should never stop. I should always listen to you.
No,
I might be done talking to you about it. I have the choice to stop talking.
I wish I could make my face like that one emoji where it goes.
Right.
Yeah,
But you do realize that's telling your partner that this is not important to
I
me
do.
anymore.
it depends.
That's why I said it's the
on-
worst because
it-
the intent behind it is.
But it really depends
But
on
I'm mad,
how
and
bad
I'm
y'all
just being
might
honest.
be going at it. If y'all are going at it so bad to where y'all both need a break,
Yeah.
somebody has to say, "I don't want to talk about it no more." Like let's.
But that means you need a break. I'm still yelling
Right.
at you. I'm fine.
Right, but I can't.
I'm good. I
that's-
got more to yell about.
When
But
I-
you're thinking about yourself. You got to think about the both of y'all. Y'all got to
Yeah.
think about, okay, mentally. I
Right.
may
Yes.
not be able
Ugh.
to talk. I can't argue with you anymore. We have to stop.
Agreed.
You
That's
know
why I
what
say
I'm
your
saying?
portion can be over. You can just stop talking. But let me finish yelling.
I'm
Can I
not wanting
finish
to
yelling?
listen, and I'm not listening.
Because I can't yell by myself. Eventually, I will stop yelling. You do know that, right? I can't just keep yelling
No.
and you don't say nothing.
So how do you feel when I tell you that I'm not listening anymore?
But it makes me angrier. Now I'm gonna yell tomorrow.
Okay,
so if I'm telling you,
and you're
I'm
wasting
Right,
your
'cause I'm-
time.
See
You're
what I'm
like,
doing?
Get this
you're
shit out.
wasting
Right,
your
'cause now I'm
argument.
what if I
No.
was like, I'm tired of like my brain can't take anymore, you know?
Brother,
And
have
it's-
you ever told? Maybe you said, have you ever told your girl, I'm done with this?
Yeah,
Is that something? How does that go for you? I've never said that, but how does this go for you?
it worked for me.
I said,
And they cool
if
with it.
somebody says it to me, I shut up.
I guess it depends on the person because especially if you don't stop, I'm gonna shut down all the way.
Correct.
I ain't got shit for you
Correct.
for the rest of the week.
Correct.
Damn near.
So,
Yeah.
but listen, okay, help me, y'all. All y'all apparently do this, so help me understand this. If you tell me you done with it, let's say I have an issue with something that you did, right?
Right.
I'm your partner. I have an issue. That's why we're arguing.
Right.
And you tell me you're done with it. How do I know when to bring it back up? I have to wait till you comfortable to
No.
express
No, when
how
I'm done. No, when I'm
No.
done with it, it's dead.
Done.
Yeah,
Like, it's
not no
over.
other day either.
So you can tell me you did
But
something to hurt me,
but the
and
re-
then
but the-
you're done listening to how you.
No.
But
that's different.
my reason for saying it is usually this, right?
I'm
If
not
we're-
mad about it
if-
anymore
if
once
we're-
I'm done.
If we're arguing about it, right, back
Right.
and forth, and you've stated how you felt about it and how you seen it, and I stated how I felt about it and how I seen it, and we just don't agree on what we saying,
then it's done.
I'm done with it. We arguing for nothing at this point. I'm gonna let you get your shit off though.
Yeah. But you do understand that's how the white people feel. That's why I understand how you feel about racism. I disagree with you. I'm done with it. I don't want to hear no more. Stop teaching it.
Right.
I'm done.
But my
enough.
Right.
It's the same principle.
But my thing is, I don't like what's different about that is this.
That was a good one, huh?
No. What's different about it is this, right? Is that if you and I are arguing about something, right? Who are like that? That don't mean I still don't want my story told. You feel what I'm saying? It's just like you don't have to tell it. I'm gonna tell it still. So that's the difference between like a back and forth argument is different than that scenario, because it's just like, yeah, white people are tired of it, but we ain't tired of it, motherfucker. So who wins?
But we the person talking to them, and they saying we tired of hearing it. So enough. I'm done with it. I'm done with racism.
They're still treating us like it.
But oftentimes in relationships, that's how I feel. If you, I'm still passionate about what you did to me, and you tell me enough, I'm done with it. 9 times out of 10, you're going to continue the behavior or something close to it because we don't agree.
Right.
And that's when that behavior should be addressed at part as of like this is.
Well, I'm trying to address it.
That's when we stop fucking with each other.
That's what I mean. Like address like as far as should this continue.
If we can't get past it,
and
I ain't fucking with you no more.
This is not healthy, man. If your partner is arguing with you, and let's say you're done. You don't have any more points to add. You're not agreeing. I will never tell my woman, I'm done with this. Express it to, like, I might be done with my portion. I might be done yelling with you. We're not going to agree, but have at it. If you got another 30 minutes of yelling, I'm here till you done.
I was going to ask, how long are you
you're
listen?
good. You deserve a great woman.
You have to realize when you need to cut it off.
Yes, it is completely unhealthy to listen to someone scream and yell. Just like you just said with us. Right. Don't nobody want to hear that shit.
But we're none of us are in a relationship in here. Like we have a relations.
No, but I'm saying like, listen, just like the viewers don't want to hear just yelling when you arguing with somebody, girl, man, woman, whatever. Right. Don't nobody just want to hear that no more. So at some point, bro, I'm done.
If I'm in a relationship, we're talking about your person, right? Some person that you chose. You have to accept the total package that comes with them, correct?
So I'm going to start telling people up front, listen, if you are yelling at me to a start, I cannot take it and I'm going to be done with the conversation.
But then if they start to be on the same stuff you want and determine when they're done and to tell you because you're going to express something in return.
They deserve space too.
So then y'all just gonna be telling each other when y'all done with shit.
No, like he said, we both already expressed like, no, I like blue, no, I like yellow.
And I don't want to, because I think you got I'm done with it confused with like shut up. That's not what I'm saying.
What I'm saying.
No, that's what it means.
No,
it doesn't.
This is what I mean. It's like
I can't take it anymore.
If there's a situation and we going back and forth, bro, and I'm done with it, I'm done talking about it. You can yap all the fuck you want. I'm done. I'm not arguing with you about it anymore.
Right,
you can keep going.
I turned my phone off. Yeah. I didn't do nothing.
Yeah, I'm not saying that don't mean shut up.
If you cut your phone off, you shut me up.
No, I ain't saying cut my phone off. I'm just saying like.
What's the difference in falling asleep and it rings 17,000 times?
Because you fell asleep genuinely.
Well, so what? You're disturbing my sleep, and I gotta go to sleep.
So y'all hang up on y'all boyfriends too. Y'all hang up.
No, I won't hang up.
No, Phyllis hang up. Though.
I won't hang up unless I'm starting to get out of my character. You got an indent on your thumb. I saw when
you walked in. You hang up hard.
She just hung up.
I made the podcast.
I will hang up.
The worst part about that live
iPhone button on the screen.
I do not have the iPhone button on my screen.
I didn't say that was it.
The worst part about that live was only because we were in college at 2 different colleges.
So you fucking.
That's why the flip phone got to come back.
So he couldn't.
Why? You can hang up on the bit hard.
That was a good hang up.
I went to Sprint just to get that one that go clack.
Close everything.
That hang up was good.
Like they can hear the close.
For real.
Somebody heard that.
Just don't bring back the chirp. They got many niggas caught.
Yeah, it did.
Yo, girl, where you at? Oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Them boy was trapping off the chirp. I'm like, boy, this shit hot, boy. That next tail, boy.
Hit me on my
many licks came through that. I'm like, bitch,
police been had you pulled over, nigga.
Police scandal hear you too.
So yours was cutting off your phone, and that's terrible because the nigga totally thought you was fucking somebody else too.
No,
that's horrible.
You know what's so crazy? He's so silent. He deaded my ass for like a week.
Rightfully so, because he thought you was fucking.
He wouldn't answer the phone for a week, and I was like, oh my God. But it was nothing I could do because back then, like, what I'm gonna do? Go all the way to your college? No, like I'm stuck here.
Good job.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
What's the worst lie you told, man?
You know what? You asking that question just made me realize how good of a dude I am. Listen, bro.
I hate this nigga.
I'm not shitting you. I don't think I've ever told a lie outside of cheating.
Okay, but what's the worst one?
Like,
You've never told a lie just to appease your woman. You like she ever had on something that was terrible looking, and you had like, "Nah, baby, you look great." And
a
you
G-string. I hate G-strings.
But you had to pretend it was
They had
sex.
some lingerie on, and they had G-string under the lingerie. And I was just like, boy, this ain't it, boy. And I played along like that was the most fire shit ever.
But that would have broke her heart if she
It
had
would've,
known.
so that's
She
not
had
bad
to know. I
lie.
bet that medium meat.
Yeah.
You got to smash it in there.
Oh,
I
that
bit it and
is
fold
a
it in
bad
there.
lie.
Oh, that is horrible.
Yeah, it was a
That's
G-string,
horrible.
bro. You can't.
You should have
can't
just been
stay home with
like,
no
take it
G-string
off.
present.
God, damn.
She ain't get you hard. That's terrible.
And
That'll broke her soul.
Man,
That would've.
yeah. And if you are gonna wear a G-string, your booty gotta hide the string. You can't have enough.
Hey man, stop!
Yeah,
I'm protecting her, man.
You gotta
Don't
have
do
a-
that.
you gotta-
Her string was showing. You can see the string.
Bro, you know you gotta be built a certain way to
I know
hide the
though.
whole string.
All you supposed to do is be able to see the little top, the triangle top, and
Right.
it's supposed to disappear. But you saw the whole string.
I'm embarrassed
That's
for
so
her. I
terrible.
feel like I can see
Oh
her.
man,
All the way down to the pussy, but
and she
the
like one of them
string.
clown balloons. Before he blow that bitch up, he's about to make a
Listen, I'm traumatized anytime
gonna
I
make a poodle.
listen, bro. To this day, bro, I'm traumatized anytime I see a
You
woman
be
in the
freaking out at the
G-string,
strip
bro.
club. You be
Bro,
like,
that's the way to get like erased out of my life. We can be dating for 6
That's
months,
terrible.
boy. If you slide up on me in a G-string, bro, it's over.
She had on a G-string. You can see the
Break it
whole
up.
asshole.
Man, we break it up, boy.
There's no
Like,
ass
booty-
cheeks.
booty
Like you
hole
saw
on
the.
both
I'm
sides.
talking about the hole. If you
Yeah.
saw the hole, you ain't got no ass. Like baby, she had to spread it open. She's got a G-string on it. And hole just sitting there.
Then you been over with it on.
Oh no. Gotta hit that from the front. That's terrible. Ma'am, whoever you are, I didn't know that was gonna go that way.
It was a long time ago, man. She ain't had no business in that
She might be
G-string
thick
on.
now. Let's hope.
Yeah, man. Hopefully she
depot.
can hide the string now.
But let me be transparent. This is what I do, so allow me to dig myself a grave. Well, the person I'm talking about, I personally don't really give a shit about. So this was, this is before I had a kid, right? So I went to college in West Virginia. They didn't work out for me. I came home, got into a whole bunch of shit I shouldn't have got into, and decided to take myself back to college when a homeboy of mine was like, one of the coaches that saw my old film, which that's some bullshit. He just told the coach about me, and they took me, right? So I went to the school. Now, I didn't want to leave my girlfriend this time. I left her the first time. That didn't go so well. She was bucking at the club and all that shit. Like, you know. But we was young. We talking about 18 years old, right? So
Right.
she was just doing what 18-year-olds do. And so she said, well, I want to go with you. She wasn't actually going to school. She said she would come up there and work. You know what I mean? She was just going to get a job up there. She worked at McDonald's at the time, right? So she came up there and got a job at McDonald's. We got a little apartment. Now, keep in mind, I'm 20 maybe, right? I don't know how to manage no fucking money, and I'm in college. So I really ain't getting no money unless it's my book coming back or my mama and them send me some money. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So we in there got to pay lights and rent and all that, and I ain't never done this before, ever. Right? I'm terribly managing money now, so imagine me at 18. Like, I don't know nothing about managing no money, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, everything cut into your budget. You know, you
Yeah.
got alcohol budget, you got your... You know, y'all got houses and shit like that, right? Food is a budget, right? Now,
Sure.
so we get low on food. Like we always like, let's say she get paid on a Friday. We always start running low on food like about Wednesday. That's about the time. So sometime Thursday we just wake up and know ain't gonna be no food today. So cause we tremble. And we could like I said, we young, so she smoke weed, so she buying weed with the food money. You get what I'm saying? I drink, so I ain't no better. I'm at the liquor store as soon as we get on Friday. I ain't no better, right? But so here's the thing though. I play sports. I gotta go to practice. I gotta run, and I'm big as fuck. I'm hungry as shit. My hunger ain't her hunger. She's small. So I got this little thing that come with all football players where I get to go to the cafeteria,
Cafeteria, right.
and eat for free.
You ain't go home and fake hungry with these folks, did it, man?
So I realized on Thursday, I don't have to sit in here and starve with you. Now, as a grown-ass man, I'm supposed to starve with my girl. That's my job, right? As a man
Or
to
bring
starve.
her
You
something
slipping out
back.
eating,
Yeah.
man.
So what I did was I would just act like I would tell my coach to call me, and I put him on speakerphone and be like, "We got a meeting." So he would know to call me every Thursday and say, "We got a meeting," so I can go to the cafeteria and eat.
How much weight she lost?
It wasn't that much, man. She got paid on Friday.
You get bigger, she get smaller.
I'm getting swole. I would go to the cafeteria and I would eat so much motherfucking food. Like I'm talking about, like listen, cause I'm big, man. I got
sitting up in there.
Oh man,
chilling.
2-3 plates. I would leave out eating an ice cream cone. That's how much disrespectful. Listen.
On a Thursday.
But the thing was, though, I had to practice my hungry face when I got back in. I can't act full. I can't have gas.
You being out, I say burping. She like,
Hell
What
no.
is you shitting out? Why are you in the bathroom?
So I had to chill. So we sitting there acting hungry, and like, so one day, like, all we had was like some leftover pizza left, right? And she know I like to eat, but I had just ate, but she didn't know I had just ate. So she was like, babe, you can have the last slice. I got to eat it, though. Y'all see the dilemma I'm in? I should let her eat it because she ain't. But if I don't eat it, she gonna know something wrong.
That's fucked up.
So
so he ate it.
He ate it. He had to.
I do got one, bro.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, see what happened
No,
when you transparent?
No, because you went back.
Yeah.
And you reminded me.
Hey.
I'm at this time, bro. I'm looking for a job.
Right.
I think I'm maybe 19, 20. I'm looking for a job. And you got to put on a shirt and tie. It's like they had this little meeting, like a sales company. They had a little meeting in the shopping center. So I get dropped off over at the shopping center. You know, I got my little shirt and tie on and shit. I go in, boom, they have a meeting. I'm realizing this whole little shit. It's some bullshit for real, but I need a job. Right? So they hire everybody on the spot, so you know it's some bullshit. I come out with my paperwork and shit. Run into a little chick in the parking lot. You feel me? And I'm looking like I do some shit. I'm just like, she like, what you do? You feel me?
Yeah.
I'm CEO of sales. You feel me?
Right. You out there looking for a job, acting like you the big dog.
Well, I just got hired to sell knives, man.
Right.
Motherfucker selling Cutco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you the CEO of
Man,
sales.
I'm out there with a briefcase, bro. This bitch got number knives in it. She think this bitch got some serious paperwork in it, boy.
Nothing.
Wow.
Boy, I am CEO of my own sales of these
I
knives,
was about
boy.
to say,
And you cooked, didn't you?
Yeah, and absolutely.
She fucked the CEO of sales. That's all that matter what you think. Shit.
Yep, with that
She
little
feel like she laid down with the CEO of
Hey, man,
sales.
little briefcase of knives right by the bed, looking like there's some important paperwork in it.
You was finna cut something, all right.
It was funny, bro. But yeah, that's the old lame ass lie I done told before.
It be
When I
like
was
that.
young. I was like 18, 19 then though.
I'm too blunt. I can't really lie like that. I'm gonna say that shit. Like I said, when I said I don't feel like talking no more, I can't really say shit like that. I don't say it rude, but I'm just like,
You made me realize I never told a lie outside of cheating. That is wild as fuck.
Yeah, it ain't many though. Like I said, it ain't.
That's the only thing that we be having to lie about.
Yeah, facts though. That's really it though. Because
Like,
9
Brian
times out
got-
of 10, you're not with a girl unless you into her.
Right.
So you
ain't gonna
yeah, I'm
lie
not
on
gonna
that.
lie to my girl. I just had life. That was just I
Yeah.
had to.
I
and
can't-
girls really just
yeah.
like to know secrets about you. Like we really be wanting to know stuff. So you ain't really gotta lie.
What you got hang up?
Yeah. Okay. So
Oh, smash you.
I have like lied about like the sex being good.
This is your boyfriend now. Mm-hmm. At what time did you find out the sex was not good?
Like first go around.
But
You know.
were y'all together at that point already, or?
We were like getting there. We were like right there. You know.
Right.
Like I think sex was like.
Were you like in the it may get better stage? Like, yeah, it could get better.
Yeah. It just never got better. And I don't know. It was, and I just had to go with it.
Did he ever inquire? Did he ever ask you, "Do you enjoy this?" Did you have to like?
Because
No.
that'd be the
I
worst.
got a question
That
I
gotta be
want
the
to ask,
worst.
but it's too personal. I am not. I'm
Oh, let's go.
You really want me to ask this question?
Yeah.
So the sex was terrible, right?
Yeah.
Did he ever smack you on the booty?
Yes.
You know what? That's what I was just gonna say. I was gonna say, bro, there's nothing worse than a motherfucker that can't walk around with big dick energy. You doing big dick shit, and she like, boy, who are you
man,
raising your voice at,
That's
bro?
so embarrassing,
Yeah,
dog.
take that fucking trash out, take your feet off my coffee
Man.
table, and put that shit back on. Put that TV
Bro.
back on what I had it on.
Can you imagine throwing trash dick and you got the nerve to smack somebody's ass, bro?
I know, right? But I'm like so afraid.
Still hot about
I
that.
would literally probably be
Oh my
like,
god!
How do the booty chicks wiggle when you don't know what you're doing back
With
there?
an attitude?
Because we clenched.
Yeah, because we're not
I'm
enjoying
clenching.
it at
you
all.
You didn't make me be like, ooh. You was like,
Yeah,
ah.
like
Girls look back when you throwing trash dick and you smack them. They like, they gotta look back. You can't keep it. Yeah,
I
that's
have
true.
an issue with like hurting feelings.
I do,
though.
yeah. I mean,
But
how
that's
do
your man though.
would
can't-
you be able if a girl was like you liked her
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't like the horrible list, I suppose, but it was just not what you thought.
Yeah, I had the
And
man
she
up
said, was it good? Would you just be like, nah, that shit was whack. You need to do something.
I had to, no.
Like, what
I
would
had
you
to-
say?
I had to- you had to call the people. You sometimes, like, but I'm a man though. I had to man them. I had a girl that had a little older, like she had a little whatever. And the only thing I didn't like is she tried to make it seem like that's how sex smell, and that would bother me. Like when we were finished, she's in the air. She was like, "Oh, sex got a smell." I'm like, "No,
No, I know, right? I know, right?
Sex don't gotta
yeah, ain't none of this me."
He said that coochie smell like coochie.
Wait,
Right.
so what did you say? You told her?
I just let her have it. I'm like, "Yeah, babe." Yeah.
And just hope it get better.
But it did, and it wasn't like
It wasn't
the
yeah.
fish market all the way. She just had like
It was just her own little.
Yeah, it didn't mix well with air.
You ever been able to look at a girl and tell she was gonna have stank breath?
Coochie, not breath.
Breath.
I can't tell you. Know.
You can tell
You can look
at-
coochie, but,
listen,
but
some-
you
no,
can't
listen.
tell
You
breath.
can tell.
Listen,
yeah,
sometimes
you,
you,
can tell
ever
that
looked at
coochie-
you ever looked at
Oh,
somebody
yeah,
and you
I
like,
can
boy,
tell
I know they breath stink.
Right, but you
It's
can't.
always
but-
pretty light skinned girls, bro. They breath
I
always
agree.
stink.
I agree now. I agree.
Man, listen,
it be the
bro.
pretty
Stop.
ones though.
Man,
It do
listen,
be the
bro.
pretties with
I
that.
want to
Yes.
like go into detail, bro. But it was one girl. My partner was like, bro, this motherfucker bad as fuck, bro. Like crazy, like supermodel.
Yeah.
Like was in the tabloids as of late. You feel me? Like
Right.
supermodel, literally. So I bump into these folks on the video set. They casting them. You feel me? Doing whatever. I'm just like, I don't want to go too far in detail, but anyway.
Yeah.
They were just like, bro, that these folks bad, bro.
Humming,
bro.
and they
And
always
they-
close talkers too.
Man, and the
Don't care
S's
nothing
and the
about no
auras
space.
and the all that the win words. Yeah, they love the win words.
You got to man up. You got to go
Man,
in there
like,
and get that,
bro. And they love to kiss. Oh my God, love to kiss, bro. This woman, one night, this woman kissed me off guard, bro. Like, I smelled her mouth around my mouth for like 3 days.
It got
bro.
in your
It
beard.
got in my system, in my pores.
Had you sick the next day.
Man, bro, I'm like, what the fuck, bro?
Her
Like,
breath was like that.
and it never changed, bro. Next day, I'm like, maybe he was wrong. You feel me? Like from right there, from where you at.
Wow.
Like I just
And she fine.
from the
Probably
back.
don't
I,
even
like you,
understand
even
her.
if you were hitting from the back, and they that wind,
No,
That wrap
hell,
around.
hell no.
you ain't never had nobody hit you
That's
with a wrap
terrible.
around.
If she moaned from the back and her breath
She
stank,
has
Wrap around.
halitosis, probably.
yeah, got to.
Because
For
that's a
sure.
real thing.
Yeah,
Oh
it is.
no.
Yeah.
'Cause
but
that-
like, but it's funny though because I could look at them
And tell.
and be like, bro, it's just like, I guess it's a certain mouth structure on people
Yeah.
or something. I can look at your mouth and tell if that bitch gonna hum, boy. I never be wrong either. And it's like stank, bro. People love to kiss, bro, and love to deny gum
But
and,
that's
and
because people
mints.
don't tell them that their breath
Yeah.
stinks.
Yeah.
But you, I mean, you can smell it.
Listen, what's
maybe
the
they
one line?
can.
What's the line the motherfucker hit you with when you tell them they breath stink every time?
My birthday
I never told
stank.
nobody. I
What they
just-
say?
I have.
I've never.
Shit, I just brushed my teeth. Well, no,
Man, like, it's something deeper
No,
than that.
yeah,
Yeah, you didn't brush your tongue. That's the problem. Your teeth
you-
fine.
you-
Your
You
tongue
need to be
ain't
oil
fine.
pulled
you
for
need
20
to,
minutes
yeah,
a
you need
day.
to floss and get some of the motherfucking back teeth pulled.
But listen,
motherfucker.
as
That's the other one.
as on behalf of all black men though, you do have permission to not take that again. If you ever get some trash dick, don't let nobody smack you on that. Just move his hand if you feel it. You know what I'm saying? But this your boyfriend though. Like, so I don't.
Once you have a
When
feelings
your
for him, though, it doesn't matter.
It does.
Like,
I've heard-
it doesn't matter.
I heard a lot of women
It
say it
does
don't
matter.
matter.
It's like you like them so
It
much
does
that
matter.
you can still get a feeling.
It does matter apparently. You wouldn't.
I
it
mean,
matters. But
it does,
you look
but
past it.
you
Right.
yes,
It's not.
that's,
It's not.
that's
Yeah.
the word.
It's not a deal breaker with a lot
Yeah,
of women.
yeah.
Right.
It's like you feel extremely shallow if you would leave this person over something that frivolous. That's how you think.
But I'm
Okay.
gonna tell you when you ain't gonna be able to do it though. If you coming off with some Michael Jordan ding-a-ling, you can't go to no motherfucking Randy Brown after that and just be tolerant.
But I believe a woman can though.
She can
A woman's
if the
love
man
is
has
different. If she
all
loves,
these
if she in
things.
him.
But my thing is, bro.
Oh, but she gonna be
but
mad,
listen to
yeah.
me. Listen to me. You
She
right.
gonna be mad.
You are
Yeah.
absolutely right
Yeah.
about. You are absolutely right about a woman's love. But the thing about that though is a lot of time women don't go to that space if that area ain't intact from the jump.
Yeah.
You can smash a girl, bro, with some trash dick. And she may grow to like you, but she never gonna be how she would be if that dick was different.
No, absolutely not. That's
Yeah.
that's man. The better
That
your
should
dick
take you
is,
to a
the
different
less
height.
affectionate.
Yeah,
that's
it's a certain place you can't go with that trash.
And she would probably cheat.
Yeah, and she gonna cheat probably.
She's gonna cheat.
Are you less? So you say you can put up with it, but are you less patient with your man if his dick is trash?
Yeah.
So nothing else
Probably.
can really be off.
And you don't, you know what?
Yeah.
I don't even think
Yeah.
people realize that. Like, I don't think women realize it until they've had that kind of dick that make you like not give a fuck when people do shit, and then you have the dick that like they do the same shit and be like, why is this so aggravating? Because the dick ain't there. Like,
Answer this, as women, is there a such thing as some fire ass head getting some straightening?
some what?
Some fire ass head getting some straightening, just like good dick can get some straightening.
Yeah.
Can some fire ass head get some straightening?
that
I don't think it has the same power as being able to fuck the shit out of somebody.
No.
My head
Okay, I know what
game
you're
is fine,
saying
so
now.
I
You're
don't-
saying
I
like
don't know.
if they had that one, but they
They
still didn't
done
have the dick.
right. You ain't got the dick. You
But
just
they
got
can
the
eat the
head.
head.
I'll take the head over the dick, to be honest with you.
So he can get some
Oh,
straightening if he like take
I
that mouth
think we
off
might
the
be
table.
related though. We need to do a 23andMe. We might be related. Cause me too though. If the head fire, you can keep the pussy. I don't give a
You
we.
can keep
Nah.
But listen, we couldn't date. We'll be
It's
two
some-
saw
I'm
jaw
like, it's
motherfuckers.
some skill. I feel like
it's a skill.
Nah, I be like, baby, you want fuck or nah?
It
Each other
is
some
a skill.
Yeah.
But there's a connection when I don't know.
penetration. You
Yeah,
like the penetration.
like you be stupid
I think
and you
so.
be okay with it though.
You
You
do
be
be
like, you
stupid.
know what?
Yeah.
Because I've never heard a girl like I never heard women like having a conversation and they be like girl, like they get. I just got into it with my man. Girl, what happened? Girl, he fucked shit out of me. It was it. You don't never hear him like, hey, he put that head on me, and that was like, you know, that's like.
I believe because good head is few and
Good-
far between.
yes.
I don't
Yes.
believe men.
Saying,
I believe
yeah.
like that's a rarity to find a
Yes.
Good dick is too if you ask women too.
But I think
Yes.
more men throw better like if you had an average
Yes.
like average. I
Right.
think more men throw
Yes.
average better
Yes.
dick than because
You wanna know why?
Because this niggas was like awesome dick that can't eat no pussy.
Right.
Like,
Right.
that's a talent.
It-
I know because I
Right.
suck at it. I count to
It
100, and if you
is.
ain't good by the time I get to 100, I'm done.
That's why.
99.
That's why. That's
We
why.
done.
Because with head, you can tell when they absolutely love doing it, which makes
When they
it
don't do
even
it for you.
better.
Yeah, but like
But it's no good way to do it. The reason
Yes,
why I don't
though.
like no, I'm not saying it's no good way like you don't enjoy
I
it,
was
but I
about
mean
to
for
say.
the man, like okay, help me then. Y'all can help me on this head thing because I'm not it's just not my right. All right, listen. When you going down on a woman, I try to make it as PG as possible, right?
Make a PG-13.
Okay, you can't. I'm eating pussy. You know?
Shit. You say you 40?
Right.
Them niggas like 14
They
and
do
you
be
popping
cutting up. That
Molly,
shit,
so
they're
I don't know.
But okay, there's no way to successfully do it. Number one, without getting tired as fuck. That's number one.
Nah, bro.
But let me finish listen. So number one, I gotta shake my head like this for 20 goddamn minutes.
No.
I got the Ray Charles.
That-
But let me
go
explain. If I don't shake my head like that, then I gotta do my tongue like this
No.
for 30 motherfucking minutes.
No.
You know how hard it is to make a pointed tongue and
No.
shake that motherfucker?
No.
you sound
Okay,
like
listen.
you're not eating pussy because you
Hey,
definitely.
so
Let me finish.
Yeah,
you
I'm gonna go
definitely
down
don't use no
all.
pointy
I'm
tongue.
gonna go down all the. In order to shake that motherfucking clit, you
No.
gotta put some pressure on that
You ain't
tongue.
even
No.
gotta
You
do
can't have
all
the real-
that, dog.
No,
Okay,
man.
so
See,
listen.
most
I'm
men
waiting.
think
Hey, man.
that you
So
need all
listen.
that fast shit. The way you
Hey,
would
man,
kiss
you
a
sound
girl's
like-
neck is the way
Yeah,
you
but
should
I'm not
kiss
doing that
her.
though.
You
You know
sound
how
like you
wild it
talking
is to go down there and just slowly munch on her pussy?
That's what you
Look at me.
What?
This what y'all like on your
Adam,
pussy?
don't
This?
get, yes.
I'm not doing that.
Don't give
I'm not
head.
doing that.
Bro, you
Don't
sound
even
like
do
you
it.
talking about a species
Don't
you've
even-
never seen before.
I don't like. Yeah, that's not my thing. I've admitted it before I said it though. I don't understand it. I be down there shaking the fuck out my head. I be down there bitch like
No,
this.
and so
That's what
nobody
they
ever
don't want.
stopped you
I
and
got
said,
the-
Exactly. That's
they
what
never
I'm
guided your head and was like, wait a minute.
I got the Ali. No,
But
yeah,
you
ain't
be
nobody grab my
surprised.
head.
You be surprised, bro.
I'm
That's the dopest part
better.
about that
I'm
shit.
better than I'm talking though. You can't grab my head. That's an insult.
No, you don't grab your head.
If I'm
You like
fired, don't
gently
grab.
grab the ears or you
don't
touch
like
the
for your-
neck.
you
Hell
don't-
no.
What?
You
You're
don't
crazy.
grab my
Listen,
ears.
bro. There's
You
some
can
men.
grab your ears when you eat pussy.
There's some men out here, bro.
You skipped all over that. Do women grab your ears?
They touch gently
Hey man, they
around
grab a lot of
his
shit and
face.
you're doing it right.
He won't
Listen,
answer.
I'm about to give you a
I was
rundown,
about to
right?
say I'm waiting
It's
on
some.
you.
It's listen.
Yeah.
There's some. I've heard the OG tell this story in the barbershop. Man say he was eating some pussy and he nutted. And he loved to do it and
Yeah.
preferred to do it. Now listen to me, bro. You only get good at it. You only get good at that shit when you're doing it
Preach,
for you.
Brother Bone.
You feel me? You learn how to do it from them, but you do it for you. If you ain't doing it for you, you ain't got no
gonna be
business
good
down
at it.
there.
You need to stop.
Yeah,
Sound
you
like
ain't
a
gonna be
girl.
good at it.
If a girl ain't
Exactly.
sucking your
They
dick
do
for a
that for them.
girl,
They
then
do. Some
she
women
ain't sucking no dick.
Like,
if
bro.
she's having all these issues, bitch, just stop. Just go home.
Let me be transparent because I talk about I love a man who can give good head. However, I hate giving head.
What?
You need to leave.
I hate it unless I really like you.
Okay.
And I know that for a fact because that's been a thing. You
Yes.
know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's
Nah,
like
I just-
one person, no. Next one, I'll swallow you up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it really be.
she said it herself.
She can't even.
I was like, all right, yeah.
Hey, now listen.
Because of how she described
I was
it.
mad at first, but then I get it though. He just need to try harder. Because if you swallowing the nigga up,
She meant that shit.
Yeah, I ain't never had a girl to say, "I'm gonna swallow you up." Like,
That's what they're
You
supposed
got-
to
you
do.
know what you're doing.
If she's not trying to
if you
swallow
swallowing me
you,
up, I'll be down there like this. Then well, shit, baby, let me take
Correct.
grab my ears.
Correct.
I ain't know you was finna swallow me up.
it should be to where you can't even get her to stop
Right.
because she doesn't
Like,
want to.
like I done had a girl swallow, but I ain't never had me to go with it. They just sound like I'm gonna be with it.
No,
Yeah.
she gon' yeah.
Yeah.
You do have to do it for yourself.
It's
like,
for
if
you.
you don't
If
do
you're
it
not-
for yourself, you're not
Don't
gonna
do it.
want to do it.
Right. Now y'all gonna have me out
But
here pushing these.
I had a stage though, bro. No lie, I had a stage though where I wanted to do that more than I wanted to fuck. When I finally learned how to do it, because this some shit is one of those things, bro.
When you learn how
For
to
me, I think for me, sex for me is like, it's all about like if like I think a lot of guys can enjoy having sex if the woman doesn't enjoy it. Like they can get on top of you, do their thing,
when
have a
you're
blast,
younger, yeah.
right? But me, I've always been like this. I guess because I grew up with a certain level of perversion, watching porn and shit, and you just get used to sounds and seeing motherfuckers. So my whole life, I got off on seeing a woman get off.
Right.
You feel me? So what that did, it drove me to learn all the shit that made them fucking go crazy.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So it's just like if the woman ain't into it, I can't get into it.
Right.
If she ain't climbing up the walls, I ain't gonna stay right.
No, agreed,
You feel me?
agreed.
So I think when you learn how to give head and you start doing it, you start seeing them get off. It's like it's an infatuation with that vibe more so than anything. And you just understand that's a route to that.
I feel like he lying though. I feel like he probably got a lot of dick, so it feel like a little pussy, but he got a little mouth, so it feel like a lot of pussy.
Okay, well, this sounds like to me that he's a pleaser.
Right.
He's
So if you're a
100%.
pleaser, you're gonna be good at it anyway.
Yeah.
Because
That's
your
what
goal
it's
is
for
to
you.
please.
So do you
Yeah,
think
it's for
that-
you.
Would you consider yourself a pleaser, or would you?
No, absolutely.
are
I
you-
joke all the time, but I'm the most into my woman human
Eating
being.
pussy
I get
has to
off.
be sensual though.
I
That's
like-
probably
yeah.
what you're lacking because you're overthinking it, and you have to lose yourself
I'm
in
not.
it.
No, I'm not lacking it. It's just
Just
stupid.
like
If you want to be technical, it's stupid. Eating pussy is dumb.
No, it is
First of
not.
all, pussy. No, let's
you
be.
like to get- you like to get your dick sucked, don't you?
Yeah, but dick is not nasty. I wouldn't suck a dick because I'm not gay. But I'm just saying, pussy is disgusting. That's number one.
You think so?
Even if pussy's clean, it's a lot that go on down there. Okay, we all bleed. Okay, let's wait a minute. Do you bleed out of it?
I was going to
Yes.
say I can see where
Facts.
you're coming from.
Would you suck a
I
dick
do.
that bled last week? Would you?
I can't answer that question.
Yes, you can.
because
Some dicks have bled last week. It's something.
Some dick has
I would
bled
eat a
last week.
vagina, so I'm okay with sucking a dick that has bled.
I wasn't expecting that.
So that's why I'm like,
Yeah, my bad. Maybe you're not the person for that
Somebody
question.
that got swallowed up. God damn.
You're right. So I just feel like in general, it's a lot going on down there. So I don't mind. I'm a texture person even when I eat food. Like I like sushi, but
you eat oysters?
if they like
Okay,
the seared, the
I
cooked
don't
kind,
get
I
it
don't
then
eat
because
the.
oysters like.
I'm talking about the cooked kind. They're cooked.
Listen,
They're like
a dude tried to compare oysters to coochie one time, and I
Mm-hmm.
was like, "You've never eaten a coochie."
It's probably neck and neck though.
It
I'm gonna
ain't.
tell you why. Anything I don't have no problem. I can eat pussy if you're not turned on before I start eating pussy. If you already wet,
Gotcha.
I'm out. It's too much. I don't like
like the-
textures. It's just too much.
That's a
Then the
beautiful
sticky
texture,
part.
though,
Then
brother.
yeah, like bro, you having to spit that shit back out. Like
No.
No.
so you swallow it.
It
If
just-
you down there eating a girl and she wet, and we all had a
becomes
wet.
you,
Yeah,
nigga. What the
you
fuck?
just- you use
Oh my
it.
god,
It's like
I
glue.
can't even have this conversation
You
right now.
use it for what?
It's like
You gotta let it run back out.
No,
it's just all
it's
all
just-
over itself.
Yes,
Okay,
it has to be
no.
sloppy.
Let's be transparent. You've eaten a vagina. You just said that,
I
right?
said I would.
No, you said you would because you have. Okay, listen. So if you're eating a girl out,
You said that shit like it was a watermelon.
what?
You've eaten a vagina
Right.
before.
I mean, she just said
I
it like
said
that.
I would.
Yeah, okay, well, yeah. So, and a girl is wet. You understand? Like, wet ain't just the top. Wet ain't the side.
Okay.
When a girl is, let me finish. When a girl is wet, she wet, right?
Yeah.
It's wet everywhere down there if you get a trooper. You
Right.
get what I'm saying?
Right.
So, in order for me to eat this continuously, I have my saliva, I have her. How do I not? It's my. If I open, I got saliva. I gotta close my mouth right now to swallow
Can I ask
something
you a
in. It's
question?
my.
Bro, but
When
but-
girls suck your dick, it's not the same sloppiness. Like you
Yeah,
don't have.
but they let it run out.
spit
They let it,
all
but
over
they
they-
let it run out. She ain't trying to swallow it. She letting it go everywhere.
Why you can't
Oh,
do
That's
that?
what you're supposed to do too.
What?
Exactly.
No, that's my point. I'm not doing that. Yeah, I agree. Right. So we're agreeing. I'm just saying that's wild. I gotta eat you and just let slob run, and then it's the stickiest. The
So
part
a
that's
girl
like,
ain't never
but see-
done that to you? There ain't
Yes.
never been shit all on her face.
but it's just her. If you sucking my dick, it's just your spit. It's not your spit, my cum, my
it is.
juice.
Sometimes it is.
And
No,
you
it's-
probably pre-cum, so
Yeah,
there's
but you get that out the way when you lick the top of it.
Okay,
It's gone
now
out the
that's-
top.
it's
And most
still-
black women wipe that off before they start. So let's be real.
So you
Most black women wipe that off before they start.
Oh my god.
you ain't been getting hit properly.
No, I've been
either.
getting head. That's my shit though. I've
You
said
don't
most.
get it right. If you ain't seen spit all over her face and shit, then
I got
it's
some girls I
something.
call right now and they argue with you about here. You don't even want my troopers to come in this month. I got the Navy.
That's based on the experience you're speaking
But see,
of.
but I guess what the point Tania is trying to make is that
you ain't into it.
regardless of what's going on down there, that turns a woman on and they're into that.
Yeah.
You're just not into that. Like I'm into that.
I am into it. I'm just
No,
saying it's a
you're
lot.
Huh?
No.
It's a lot. And
If
then
you
to,
think
I'm
it's
saying
a lot,
you said
you're
you
not
don't want it
really
all
that
over
into
you and all over your face, the textures and shit.
that's
so.
not true.
Cause I want a guy who's like, damn, this is a
no,
lot.
but no,
And not
listen,
counting
okay.
to 100.
Okay,
Not
so-
being like
okay,
1,
so-
2,
No.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, A, B, C, D.
So
So
You
do
know
y'all
what I'm
feel
saying?
sucking dick is a lot?
No.
Okay, cool. What if you get in there and you got a hell of a dick in there to suck? That could be a lot, I imagine. You ain't never got in there and got in there with a champ?
Yeah, I mean, but
Some shit got you got a little sore. You had to really get like, hey, you in here with one today,
kind of what happens.
huh?
That's
Yeah, but
part
it-
of the job.
Yeah, that's a lot. You,
saying, yeah.
it's a lot less showing off at that point in time, huh?
No, you find out what to do.
Swallowing it up.
Yeah, it's all fun and games until you get in there with one of them boys. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, you get in there with one of them dogs. You feel me?
You work with it, but you're not finna
Yeah, you
be
work
like,
with it, but you get to the pussy real faster than you would with nigga who just had a normal. You doing all kind of tricks.
So first of all, if it's that large that I'm scared for my mouth, I'm going to be equally scared for my vagina. Therefore, that
got-
ain't probably gonna go down.
But you got more faith in that one down there than up top.
No, I don't. That one down there can hurt more.
Yeah, well, all I'm saying is it can be a lot. So I do enjoy pleasuring a woman. I do enjoy going down on a woman. It's just that.
You do
Okay.
it for foreplay purposes, not for.
All right,
wanna
let
eat
me
some pussy
rephrase this. Then
first.
I did not want to
You
go.
don't
in there.
ever just wake
I
up
didn't-
and be like,
I did not
"Damn,
want to go in the oral.
I
No,
wanna eat some
no, I
pussy."
do that all the time. Why? I eat you out while you watching a movie. I'm weird like that. Like I see you watching a movie, we'll just be watching. I'll be like, babe, keep watching the movie. I go on. I go on the covers and
long as that thing and already crunk up. You
yeah,
good.
y'all just like to
So
fuck
what
around
if she's
like
a
that.
person who's kind of like generally?
Maybe I
just
said it wrong. Okay,
wet?
listen.
But what you gonna
There's
do
a
then?
difference between a woman giving head, like as you say, swallowing somebody up. There's a difference between you sucking dick and you sucking dick to completion.
Yeah,
Two different ballgames.
yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So when I talk about eating a woman out, I'm talking about until completion, until she orgasms from eating out. That's a lot for me.
Well, that's what, if you was doing a certain way, it wouldn't be. It could be 5 seconds.
But some of
sometimes.
these
You
women
never
take
know.
forever. Maybe you just,
Nah.
jumping, but some of these women you got to go to work down there.
I just think
to
it's
get nut.
I just think it's a preference thing. Some people is like the worse it get down there, the better it is for them.
Right.
And
Right.
and if you just not into that, it's
It's
the
just
worse
something
it
you're
get.
not
the
Even
worse
so,
it's
it
gonna be.
take a while. Like a lot of women can suck dick, but they can't suck dick to
But
your
listen,
nut.
bro, some dudes don't mind being down there. They want to be down there for a while. Like some motherfuckers that eat you until you like, hey, bro, what a dickhead. God damn, you done ate me up. You feel me?
Right.
You feel me? Like, come on now.
Right.
Yeah, there's some people just enjoy
They get
getting
to
off
that.
like that.
Agreed.
Yeah,
All
it's
I'm
just it's a fetish thing.
Not me.
Yeah,
I'm-
that just ain't your fetish.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
tap you on the thigh. I'm coming up. Just letting you know. It's
over
over.
with.
It's over with.
I
put the
mean,
lip-
I don't know nobody who, if both are good, ain't nobody gonna be mad about it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like, okay, cool, now let's go. But it's like if you were trying to do something where it's like, okay, we finna both have to like, I gotta do this to completion. And you got like just because it's something you want to do. to
So
spice
can you
shit
do
up.
it to completion?
Yeah.
You know what I do hate though?
Hold on, wait. I got to get this from both people.
I don't like doing it to completion.
You want to get got to completion.
Sometimes you want to do it,
That's
and it may
hell.
be a time that y'all can't have sex. So you just
So how you-
stop.
Yeah, that's
Like,
So-
you just gonna stop? You're not gonna finish it all the way?
But what you don't like about the completion part? Whenever you start something, you
Sometimes
finish
it be too long. Like how you just said,
See, we
a
agree.
woman.
Y'all do
I
agree.
mean, we do
I don't.
agree.
You gotta
23
come up with
minutes.
ways to make that
Yeah.
shit hurry up then. And you gotta figure out something. Like, you'll figure out their pressure points. Like, oh, they like that right there.
Yeah.
So if you getting
Yeah,
tired,
yeah.
then you...
Me, it be putting fingers in niggas' ass.
No, I just...
You say get that pressure.
Yeah.
Find
Oh
it.
man, yeah, they do a little Ouija board experiment and be like, the gods be like, ain't no. You want to try it?
Spent
I
that
hate
last
you.
time.
No. I'm just saying, like, that's like if you go to play basketball, the goal is to score. So, like, if you're doing something, the goal is to...
I agree.
I don't like 69 though. It's just,
I would rather that though. But why?
it's just something. It's just like.
Nah,
bro,
be honest. Why you don't
Because
like
he
69?
likes to see them.
Oh, you say
and
you
can't
don't
really
like
see
No, I
them.
don't like 69. Like you say, it's just the position itself is
Nah.
it's
That-
claustrophobic.
It's
bro.
awkward. It is awkward.
And it's just
Well,
like
69,
you
that's
got
skeet
more-
roll
you got-
down, though, don't it?
No,
That's
you,
skeet roll.
and then you ain't got nothing but booty hole in your eyes for the most part. Like I don't want that. Ain't what I want to see.
Man, that come roll down. When you 69, then that bitch will choke you to death.
I don't like 69, bro. It's just
I
uncomfortable. It's just
never
not fine.
like 69.
It's not fine.
That's my shit though. I 69 standing up.
Never.
That boy said 69.
No,
Yeah,
I'm really
I mean,
thinking
That's
about
fine
it.
though. That's fine. But laying down ain't fine, bro. You looking at booty hole, it's claustrophobic. They sitting on you, they heavy. You feel me? They ain't giving head proper because you trying to do them. They trying to fight off what you doing to them, and they can't even
But you don't
fight.
believe I like
We
that
ain't
though.
even hardly sucking dick.
But see,
Yeah,
I
like
like that
they
though.
playing when they bumping heads with the
I
motherfucker.
don't
Like
play
I feel like
games
I'm
like
doing,
that.
but I feel like I'm
Yeah,
doing
I
good.
do.
But I'm
I
like,
would
when you
get
can't
so
suck my
mad
dick,
if the
but
other
yeah.
person
I
stopped.
like
I'd be
that.
like, bitch, we both stop it.
Right.
Yeah.
I would be
bro.
so mad if I was the opposite way. So I can't
Motherfucker to
do
pull
that.
one of these on you and then laid it down and
Yeah.
laid by it. Like, nah, get up.
Nah, but I feel
Yeah.
like I'm doing good
Get
at
your
that
ass
point
up.
though. I feel like, or I can dictate the pace. If I'm going crazy, she gonna go crazy. You get what I'm saying?
That's true.
So I like 69 though. Y'all terrible.
That's a lazy man position, though.
I
You
like
need to lay down and
69.
chill. That's
Don't
why
be,
you
don't
like
be a
it.
black woman, Phyllis. You got to suck dick to completion. That's something that we need to start in our community.
To completion,
See, I
that's a
think
t-shirt.
I have a problem with
To
stuff
completion.
like anything a person be like, oh no, I did that before. I ain't really like it. I'm like, oh well, you just didn't do it right. Like,
Right. But you don't gotta swallow. I can understand why not. I'm a texture person, so I can understand why swallowing might not be the most pleasurable thing for you to do. But you can get me to that point. I don't care where it go once it's shooting. I don't care where they hit.
it's kind of cool to watch. So I don't know.
It's kind of cool to watch.
Yeah,
Until niggas shoot off. You got issues, man.
I know. I just said that. It's probably my brain then, because like my goal would be like I like doing 69 because to me it's like I can control it.
You can't 69 with a mullet.
I've been practicing
Yes.
celibacy.
He
I
is.
have been practicing celibacy, but I know what I used to be able to do.
Yes.
Could you imagine her laid back and the mullet flipped to the
That was
side?
she
and
did. She got her hand hooked under his thigh like this.
Bang flipped up.
Yeah.
The mullet will not be experiencing sex. It'll be gone by the time I have it.
You can't 69
Bruh.
with a mullet.
You be like, was that Ric Flair under there, boy?
No, but it was always cool to me to be able to control it and to be able to still continue to give head while getting it to show like I can keep up.
Nah, I agree.
So you like to be dominant?
Man.
Not really. I like to be sort of dominant, and then the person be like, "Girl, sit your ass down." Like,
Yeah.
like kind of like that type of thing.
Yeah.
But I just like to also be like, as much as I want to be like, "Oh shit," I like to hear somebody be like, "Oh shit," like, hold up, I didn't really expect
You
all
need to
that.
grow up, man.
Me?
Yes,
Talking
brother.
about you can't 69 with a
Man, this
Nah,
man
I'm
that
just-
painted that picture in my head.
Now
Man,
you
That
can't
shit
get it
said,
out.
I can't get it out.
That's how my mind works. But before we get off, where did you get swallowing you up from though? That's a sign of being a very sexual human being.
I
Are
mean,
you
I think that's just what it is.
yeah. Bitch, I'm intrigued.
Seriously.
I'm intrigued.
Say work ain't gonna never be the same.
Nah. I didn't even think about that. But the next time I see you at work, I'm be like, she swallowed niggas up. It'll be like, you dropped that off to Phyllis?
Hey,
I did.
every time you see him go, you gonna be like,
They can be like, you know Phyllis? I'm like, yeah, that nigga Phyllis.
no. When somebody come to be like, man, I want to take Phyllis on a date, you gonna be like,
I recommend.
It depends on the person.
She just said
telling
one
you.
nigga no.
Right.
I was
This
about
nigga
to
fucked
say
up.
it depends on who you are.
But if you get chose, boy,
What?
sunny side up, ain't it?
Just hope you know how to eat some pussy. That's all I can say.
Oh, you ain't getting swallowed up.
I was gonna say I might be a little upset.
But ladies supposed to go first anyway, though. I think it's wild if men go first.
She looked like she'll wear it on her face. She just got some poor head. You like you'll just have he'll be able to tell that you just unsatisfied.
Yeah, and don't and won't hide it.
Look, she probably play with her dreads when the nigga ain't doing right. All right. She be twisting that motherfucker. All
I
right.
can't help it.
Nah, that's cool.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's just not. Let's just come up. No.
For the sake of having a bit of a serious conversation, we'll split these two up though. I know y'all seen the Kanye West situation, right? Not being able to go to the birthday party.
Okay.
Going to social media saying he couldn't get the address to his kid's birthday party, right? Mm-hmm. Do you have any take on that overall situation? I'm gonna break it down into different pieces, but I like to say like the general topic and see where you personally thought it instead of me leading where it might go. When you saw that and you think about their situation and all Kanye's been doing lately, how do you feel about him not going to social media saying he can't find the address to his kid's birthday?
You want to go first?
You go first.
No, because I was just like, I think back and I always go to the beginning of things, and you say it on here all the time. The things you choose, your choice could be the worst thing that happened from the beginning. Mm-hmm. So it's like watching him go through all of this shit. It's just like, bro, like this is the result of your choice. You feel what I'm saying? All of this not being able to go to the birthday party. This is all the red flags that you ignored that got you here. Right. You feel me? Like even your ex told you, like, hey, have fun with them motherfuckers. Mm-hmm. When they chew you up and spit you out, don't be acting like you a victim. Right. You feel what I'm saying? Because you chose that. And then you leave that and go into another toxic situation with a motherfucker just like them. And then you expect different results. So, yeah, of any man who has children, like that bothers you to see somebody in that position. You feel what I'm saying? But at the same time, when you chose your baby mama, we told you like it's probably not a good choice. So it's just, but but like at the end of the day, as any man like feels sorry or feels some type of way for him in that situation, but it's just like, yeah, bro. For me, it was just hard to like get past the fact that like, bro, you put yourself in this position. So I didn't really even get that deep into it.
Do you think this is the start of something?
You say what?
You think this is the start of something? Is this gonna be business as usual between him and her, in your opinion?
I don't know, bro. I don't know. I just know it's a weird ass situation to be in, and this is why you don't put your situations on social media from the beginning, because once people are in, they in. And people on social media, when you post your problems, understand that people don't give a fuck. They just here for the show. Nobody gives a damn what you're going through. So when you get on social media crying about something or complaining about something, nobody really cares. We just here for the show. We hope it get worse, right? Because that makes the show better, you know. So it's just to watch him crash in front of the world is a little awkward, but at the same time, it's like that's him. And then I just like I don't never know the flip side of shit to even judge that situation. Right. I don't know what kind of person he is with his children. I don't know what type of person he is with her, because obviously I'm looking at like, didn't they say Tristan was there? Mm-hmm. All the shit he did, he's still invited. So what did you do for you not to be invited? And my thing is like even the weird move like buying the house across the street and all of the weird shit like that, bro. It's like people like to take sides of people who they favor or who they're familiar with. You feel me? And you forget to look at the other side of it.
Especially in two famous people.
Right. So it's just like whoever we like the most, we're going to believe their story without even listening to the other person's story. Right. We don't know what kind of father he is. We don't know what kind of person he is. He gives Antonio Brown vibes. You feel me? So it's just like I don't know what type of father he is to say I feel sorry that he didn't get to come to the kid's party or none of that extra shit. And I feel like they only let him come to the party for the simple fact they wanted to save face with the media because they are a group of people who got famous for being famous. They're on TV, and that's their image is everything to them. So they didn't want to risk fucking that up by the world of Kanye fans turning on them, so they let him come to the party. But we don't know what kind of weird shit that man on for me to really have no opinion about them folks shit. That's why I really don't even like talk about celebrities and the things they have going on, because we never know the real inner workings of their shit. So it's always awkward for me when we have conversations like this and it's my turn, because I really never have a real take.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that too. I do feel like when I think like we're talking about it, it's like, you know how it's like they say you become a famous person, or like you said he signed up with Kim as a whatever. Like they know that signing up as being famous means that we're gonna be finding out all their business here and there. And Kim and Kanye are those people that are like Beyonce, where they record their whole life. They do all this stuff to keep all these memories and stuff. So, like, for me, when I look at it from a take of the person they wanted to see, what they wanted to see. So, if I give an opinion, I just give opinion on the facts that or not the facts, but the shit that we've been
right,
put
that
out.
we can see, right.
So, pretty much, like, what I see from it is, like, Pete Davidson's doing all this dumb shit, like, you know, all these little campaigns here and there of, like, make Kanye 2006 again.
You know that was old, too, though, right?
Well, I do, but it's like he's been always kind of coming at Kanye
But that's
already.
But that's probably the whole reason for him fucking with Kim is another stab at Kanye.
Correct.
But she wild for even going through with that.
Correct. So I feel like that triggers him. And, like, you know, when people go to therapies for, like, OCD and stuff like that, one of the ways that they help you with it is they make you address your triggers. So, like, I feel like Kanye probably feels like him trying to be off the meds and actually face and deal with shit is him facing his triggers. And he said already he don't even care about a house or a home. His home is where his kids are. I'm recently going through breakup, whatever. I can't imagine not inviting him to the birthday party. And then you make a public statement about, well, Tristan's invited to everything still because he's always family because he's related to True. But then you don't invite China and Dreams there. Right. So it's like she picks and chooses who to invite based on what she feels like should be there, which is cool because that's her personal choice and she's probably paying for it. But I can't not expect my baby daddy, which essentially is what they're going through.
What if he do wild shit, though? What if there's a possibility he get there and ruin the whole party?
That's a possibility in mine too. And I still, here's why. I like my kids to be able to pick their choices in life based on their experiences. This is your birthday party. And I'm going to give you the opportunity for your other parent to be here. If he ruins that for you, you see firsthand that mommy still invited them.
Yeah, but is it worth the trauma that it puts the child through to experience a situation like that? Because as a parent, we're supposed to protect our children from things like that so they don't have to go through those traumas. Because you can learn something from experience and not know how to process it, and it can fuck you up for the rest of your life. You feel me? Or I can protect you from it until you're of an age to where you can experience it on your own and process it better.
But we can't really pick when our kids get traumatized by shit or not. But some kids
we can't pick what we expose them to that may traumatize
but
them.
we can't pick and choose what they can and cannot process. Like
what will hurt them and what won't. Like, would it hurt? Like, because this is how I thought about it when I had to leave mine. I kept saying, I don't want my kids not to have the divorce thing, whatever. Right. But it was like, one day, my daughters may say, well, why didn't you leave? You went through all that shit and we watched you just stay. They're going to be mad and go to therapy because they don't know how to be a strong bitch because I was a weak bitch. But then if I leave, then they're going to be mad because their parents are divorced. But it's like, which battle am I going to pick? Whichever one I feel like is going to be the most, I guess.
But I think they deserve the option because it's like, Kanye didn't just get Kanye.
He was that way when she met him, just like he signed up.
But a lot of us, even not in that famous space though, even for a lot of us, a lot of us have dated men or women who we knew were a bit touched, a bit off, a bit crazy. We might have liked it, something about them. The sex might have been great. But we could tolerate it, and then we make something serious with them like a child. You get what I'm saying? And we have to accept that this is the child's father or mother that we chose. You get what I'm saying? So it's our child's right to know our parents crazy or not crazy.
Yeah. Right.
Like, now if it's gonna be physical harm, like if you got a parent that's like a drive off the bridge with the kid, that's
what I'm addressing.
But if he's gonna come to this party, if he's gonna come to this party and smash cake on his face, I just got to let my kid see him cut up about this cake because I made a child with this crazy motherfucker. I'm equally as responsible.
So you're thinking about like what if he was gonna do something dangerous?
I'm thinking more so from a physical standpoint. Like you gonna come in here and like spaz out on somebody or some wild shit.
But he might yell at one of us grown ups, but he ain't gonna hurt the kids. I don't think Kanye hurt kids crazy.
Of course not. Of course not. But my thing is, if I'm having a party for my child, most of the time, because the thing about it is, I think the whole issue with this is that it's about everything except the child. You feel what I'm saying? So my thing is, if I'm doing something for my child and I'm trying to set something up for my child, if the co-parent is going to come, I want the co-parent to understand that this is about the child.
Yeah.
Regardless of, no matter what you feel today,
Right.
no matter what you understand, that you can put whatever you got aside for this child. I'm inviting you over him. I'm allowing you to come. I'm allowing you to be in my space. You feel me? Certain people that may trigger you may be here. It's the child's party. Just like you have a right to be as a father, there's other people who you may not like that's here. So it's just like you have to agree to put the child first and not spaz out, not do no wild shit at the party for the child's sake. So if I understand that you're gonna show up and not put the child's first, you're not invited.
But he's also mentally unstable, Bone. Like so his reactions are not all the time his fault. They're his.
I get it, but at the same time, it's not your fault.
Yeah,
so my
but
thing
he's
is
saying,
like,
if
so
the child
if I have a friend that has Tourette's, you feel me?
Yeah.
And he want to hold my baby. Of course you
Right.
can't control that. But hold on.
Physical harm to the baby.
My point exactly. That's what I mean for him. Something could happen. My thing is like when a lot of the times things happen to children that we don't plan to happen. You
Yeah.
feel me? We just do some wild shit and they just get caught in the crossfire.
Yeah.
I've had it happen to me a bunch of times. It wasn't meant for me, but it happened to me.
Yeah.
You know, and I remember that shit. And it was like there was somebody around that could have shielded me from it. You feel me?
Yeah.
So my thing is just like sometimes it's necessary, bro, for your parents to shield you when they know that when she knows he's unstable. You feel me? And it's just like that her decision was to, instead of exposing you to it, I'm going to protect you from it. You feel me?
Oh, yeah.
And that can be a mistake in a lot of cases, but in a lot of cases, it may not be a mistake. So it's just like it's based on.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Well, am I the only one who read that Kanye and Kim agreed on having separate birthday parties?
Oh, I didn't see that.
I didn't see that either.
I saw that. I thought I saw that. So it's like it's
That means then she was right and he was wrong.
Yeah, exactly. But who knows how true it is?
So they reaching up to obviously
Right,
have
but see, that would be dope too. Now I would have
Yeah.
a complete understanding for that. That hey, I'm having a party for her. You can get her after the
your
party,
own.
and you can have your party with her, with whoever you invite. But you
Yeah.
ain't invited over here.
Yeah,
I
and
respect
see,
that
and
because
that's-
like you,
yeah.
I from you say it all the time on the podcast. You
Yeah.
don't deal with your kid's mother like that.
Right.
You feel me? So if you were to do something for your daughter, you're not gonna rob her of like it's graduation night. You're gonna not rob her of time with your daughter. But like, all right, cool.
But I invite her.
But let's just say if you wanted to go to dinner and let's say you wanted to have a one-on-one with your daughter and not invite anybody.
Anybody.
Right.
You feel
No,
me? And you go have a
absolutely.
one-on-one dinner with your daughter. All right, out of respect for her mother, I'm gonna have you here. Let's make a schedule to where you can get her. You feel me? Because it's about her, not us.
Yeah.
So it really
Yeah.
depends on if he was crashing the party or not.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I think it's fucked up if Kim done had this whole setup with the birthday party and stuff like that and did not invite Kanye intentionally. That's fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm basing, I think, maybe off of like watching her where she would intentionally not invite her sisters to shit, and just because she's like, I don't want the drama, when she really could have security that's undetected by the kid.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
You
just
think
it
you think
ain't-
security gonna stop Kanye?
No, but I mean,
But listen,
it could.
it could.
I
You
don't
know,
know.
but if
I
they
guess.
if they agreed on having separate parties,
Then he's wrong.
He was wrong. He was wrong for that. But who knows how really true it
And
is.
you think the because was the party after the bought the house across the street shit?
yeah, this is
yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So that's
Yeah.
like
Right.
it's almost like I would feel like I'm low key being stalked a little bit.
Yeah.
but here's
yeah.
the thing though, when you choose to, they're in a famous lifestyle.
Yeah.
Right? When you choose to date someone like Kanye West or anyone famous, you're not going to be to get away from your child's mother or father. They're you know what I mean? They're everywhere. Their face, their music, their whatever. You get what I'm saying? I am on her side, but hear me out. Okay. She didn't invite Kanye West on purpose. I don't have to be there to know that.
Yeah.
I understand why she did not invite
But she
Kanye West.
has, yeah.
Kanye West the night before was in the studio with a gentleman called The Game. Have you ever heard of The Game before?
Oh, yeah.
Kanye spent all day letting people film him on stories and everything. And I'm making a song with The Game. Have you ever heard The Game talk about his experience with Kim Kardashian?
Right.
Yeah.
Making her suck his dick and swallow. Now, you just said you want your family back and all that other shit on, what was it, what's the other podcast? With Nori.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Drink
Drink
Champs.
champs, right?
I want my family back and all that. So you think that if you want me back, you think that going to do a song with the dude, and I fuck with Game. I love, like, Game ain't got nothing to do with that. You feel me? But that's Kanye's ex-wife. I can't do a song with you, bro. I don't even care if you say my bad. It's
you see
cool.
You see how Kobe did Drake?
Now you supposed to.
Right. After the 150M line.
Right.
Like he cut ties with him because it's just like
You
hey,
have to.
Right. You
out
have
of
to.
respect for your child, even if y'all ain't beefing, it's just period. So, and I'm sure you know when your daughter's birthday is. Why would I do this the day before my daughter's birthday, bro? You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Kanye had an agenda, and it's some of that Pete Davidson shit fucking with him, though.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
To be honest, Pete Davidson is a comedian. He's not exclusive to joking on Kanye, but Kanye has done things that we've all joked about. He's just on a show that allows him to do jokes about Kanye West, right? Kim Kardashian is a beautiful woman, bro.
Right.
If you know anything about Pete Davidson, his track record is pretty dope.
Oh, he only date bad bitches.
That weird ass nigga that hit a lot of bad bitches, though.
Yeah.
For sure.
Right. So he ain't targeting Kanye, he targeting bad
Scorpio.
bitches.
Right.
He's a
Right.
Scorpio.
Right. So Kim is a
But you gotta-
legendary,
that-
nice
that-
looking
but
woman.
that added a little stain to it though. That was a little sauce.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was a little sauce.
But you can't blame. I don't blame Kim Kardashian for fucking with a Pete Davidson. Once you get out of a tense situation, you want something lighthearted. And I bet Pete Davidson ain't really on no. Now he got his mental health too, so it's not foreign for her. That's number one. But his is more on the depressive side. So that's not gonna last either. That's a rebound situation. We
Right,
all
right.
understand that. Sooner or
And we
later-
know how Kim move.
Sooner or later, Pete Davidson shit'll kick in, and she won't want to deal with that either.
Right.
So I do blame Kanye for going to the studio with Game and then trying to go to your child's birthday party, bro. You making a song with a dude that talked about how he fucked me and made me swallow his kids and all that other shit. And then you want to come in here and act like we family? Like,
Yeah,
bro,
no.
what you got going on?
Yeah, that's why I say it's
Right.
hard to feel sorry for him, bro. It's almost like watching Antonio Brown. If you don't feel sorry for Antonio Brown, I mean, you can't feel sorry for Kanye.
Right.
It's the same thing.
But I will say this though, it was triggering for me as a man and going through baby mama drama, right? Kanye's worth a couple $1 billion, right? According to him. When Kanye was on that live, that man was just a regular nigga.
Yep. Yep.
And that was, I could relate. When I'm watching him, he's in a regular looking car from the
Right.
looks of things, like he got a rental. He holding his own phone, saying, "Hey, bro, I can't get to my daughter's birthday party."
Right.
That's some
Nothing meant nothing. Like you ain't had no control of nothing at this point.
Nothing. So it was, to see him powerless was weird because he's on a power trip. You get what I'm saying? So it was awkward to see him that. But that also shows a powerless point that a lot of men have been in. Like, I've been that dude. Like, I've
have
been
too.
that dude to pull up knowing it was my visitation day and I can't get my kid and there's nothing I can do. You
Right.
get what I'm saying? Like, I am helpless, bro. You can call the police and they'll tell you it's a civil matter. You got to file a case about that, which is fine, and that's what I did, obviously. But
In
you
the
don't.
meantime-
In the meantime, I just got to drive off, and I can't see my kid. Like, I didn't see my kid in the window
Right. Right.
watching me drive off. You get what I'm saying? So I can understand from that point. Maybe he allowed, and Kanye probably ain't processing. Am I saying that? Processing?
Yeah.
Whatever. You get what I'm trying to say. And that liquor getting to me, but he probably ain't processing it the best. But it was triggering to see that man want to get to his child and being powerless. You
Right,
get what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
And also, who he said send it to him? Who sent him the address? Travis Scott. Yeah, Travis can't come to nothing else. If I'm
They
Kim,
gonna be like, Kylie.
yeah, Travis can't come to nothing else.
Yeah.
Right. So Travis texts him the address with shout out, real nigga shit. He tell you like, man, come on, bring your ass on though. But if I'm Kim Travis, you can't come. You can't come to
Yeah.
nothing else.
No.
Yeah, and he in there swinging the baby around while she hitting the piano. Kanye in there cutting up with the fucking ass boots on.
Yeah, bro. Bro. I just, like I said, I ain't feel sorry for him, bro. He just too much of a victim for me. Like, you can't always be the victim, bro. Especially when you do wild shit all the time. We watch you do wild shit and we give you a pass, but when it happen to you, we supposed to feel sorry for you. Nah,
Right.
wear it. Wear it like everybody else wear it. And like you say, I did empathize with him a little bit on the not being able to see the kids shit, but I don't know what you did to not be able to see them. So,
Right.
yeah. So
But
there's that.
him off his meds, bro, is rough. If you've ever dealt with somebody with mental health issues, they have sometimes the best intentions in the world, but it just don't come off. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's easy for them to get overly angry, overly excited, overly, filled with vengeance, whatever it is. It's just, it's a chemical imbalance. So for that point, at the end of the day, I hope they work it out because I don't care how famous you are, that's a relatable situation.
Yeah,
And
to see him like
co-parenting.
that.
You have to co-parent.
Co-parenting is
Shit, it's probably harder for them than it is us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it might be though.
Yeah,
Yeah, you ever been to the
Co-parenting
child
is
support office
hard
before?
Anywhere.
absolutely.
That's a funny place, man. I remember walking in the child support office, and I was able to look at it from this angle because I'm up. Like I was good. I wasn't paying no child support, right? So I don't have a bad attitude when I walk in there. But I'm walking in there, and I'm sitting there, and I'm seeing guys and girls together, and you can feel the tension, dog. You can feel it. If you go there when it's packed, you can cut the tension with a knife. But in my mind, I was just thinking, man, everybody in here liked each other enough
At
to
some
fuck.
point, right.
Y'all hate each other right now, but at some point in time, y'all was pulling each other's clothes off, couldn't wait to feel each other, and now y'all can't stand each other. So it's just a weird vibe to see that shit. It's like, damn, humans can be here one day and here the next day, and it's just crazy.
Because
man,
they don't be they don't be here with genuine connections.
No, not at all. That's true too.
You know, most people be having their own ulterior motives when they get with these people, like either. And you know what I'm saying? And then eventually that shit fade off and then it turned into this bitterness because I ain't even like you like that in the beginning. And now I'm stuck with your ass. Like, that's how they be.
And I think that's what they going through. I don't think, like, a lot of these situations don't be genuine. It just be, it look good in front of the cameras. And we know we're going to get a lot of publicity from it. And we fuck around and make a real child and it becomes a real thing. And now it's a real problem because we don't really fuck with each other like that.
I think they do genuinely like you. I think Kim's going to get back with him.
No.
Yes, she is.
No. Once you get that taste of freedom from under someone, when you date someone with mental health issue, it's heavy. It's a roller coaster.
And she
gonna have PTSD is what she gonna have.
And on top of that, she's gotten all she can get from that situation. It's like they're fame vampires. Once they suck the fame out of you, like once I've been with you, I've been with you.
Yeah.
I don't have to go re-hit Halle Berry. I just need to hit her one time, and I'm legend.
She's not.
And she's been through several divorces as well.
Yeah.
She has, but you
and
remember.
she don't go back really.
No, she's not going back.
Kanye was one of her friends, though. That's what I'm saying. Like, she knew he had all these issues prior to ever even dating him. He used to come on the show and just admire her and just dress her, and she would be like, Kanye's my best friend.
And I think that they would just be friends. I don't think that they would ever get back together, but I think at some point she will be able to get to a level. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And being at a point to where she can handle him properly. And they can co-parent.
And I think that was another one of those situations to where these are two people, like, she don't even really like him.
No,
you feel me?
No, I don't
like that's not even the type of dude that she's going to end with. You feel me? He's an experiment.
And I think that happened long in the early in the relationship. She realized she didn't like him. Like, I don't like him. He was who he was, and there's a benefit to being a power couple. Right. And I think that became more beneficial than the actual relationship. Right. That's just my opinion.
Right. And that's why a lot of these couples stay together. That's why Megan Good stayed in her situation so long, is because it's almost like the relationship becomes a brand. Right. You can't break the brand. That's what kept Beyonce and Jay-Z together when she was ready to leave him.
Oh, yeah.
It was just like, damn, do I really want to throw all this away to buck on you? You feel me? And that's just a part of the dynamic of what they got going on. But she ain't going back that way. She gonna end up with a professional athlete or some shit.
Me?
Yeah, it's
Adam Taylor.
You think she's gonna get married again?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, because their whole image is like centered around that. If they fucking off and they married at this point, they fucking the brand up.
To be a business too.
It's gonna be me though. You know, podcast gonna blow up. You know what I'm saying? That music gonna hit at the right time. I'm bumping to her at a little party. She smells fantastic. I smelled her one time though, and it was just not on no creepy wild shit like I smelled her. I was just taking my girlfriend to Saks one time and she came randomly in New Orleans and they was gonna shut it down. They was gonna kick everybody out, but she on some cool shit. She was like, no. You don't have to kick everyone out because it wasn't like it was packed or nothing. But they was gonna move all us out. Like, hey, y'all gotta go.
Fuck on.
But she was cool. So I'm in there, and you know my ex at the time, right? She a mofo, right? So Kim in there just picking shoes. She got big ass security with her, and then somebody walked past you and they got perfume on. You can smell it though. But that shit was some good smelling ass wind. That's all.
You said some $1,000 wind.
Probably at Baccarat.
She smelled amazing. All right, but off Kim and Kanye, I'm going to ask y'all a serious question. Let me see if I can shake my little buzz I got going on for this question, okay? Follow me here, but I need serious opinions, though. We always come on here and talk about how women are terrible at picking men, right? I always feel like we've done a good job of being critical in a loving way, but trying to educate with us being critical, right? But I hate when you watch shit or listen to stuff and everybody's being critical and they have no solution, right? So how do you feel about this? I think in order for women to find a good man these days on a more consistent basis, finances are going to have to be taken out of the equation. The list of things that you have to look for, you have to eliminate finances. I'll tell you why, okay? I'm going to do a genderless scenario since people go genderless, right? So don't think male, female, just think person one, person two, right? Okay. So let's say person one has a $30,000 a year job, right? 30, 40, whatever you want to make it, same income, same whatever, right? Person with $30,000 a year, right, has an apartment, a 2-bedroom apartment, 700-800, whatever it is, right? They have a functional car that can get them to point A to point B, nothing fire, nothing fancy, but it's reliable, correct? They pay their bills, whatever, and they get their groceries. That's their lifestyle, right? Person two, okay, has a similar job making $20,000, $30,000 a year, but they're not good at managing money. Let's just say that person two is not good at managing money, right? So person one says to person two, genderless, okay? Mm-hmm. Person one making $40,000 says, hey, I tell you what, I have extra room. You can move in with me. You don't have to pay anything, okay? All I require you to do is get enough money to get you reliable transportation, okay? You can eat my food, so all you have to do is get enough reliable transportation and afford whatever clothing that you may want, right? Would you say that that's a good deal or no good deal?
That's a good deal.
Yes, good deal.
Okay. Would you say that's a good deal? All you have to do with your 20 or 30 is work and afford
your own car.
Your own car and your clothing or whatever source of entertainment that you may want to do for yourself.
Sure.
Okay, cool. But why, if the scenario was that being person one with the 40 being a man and person two being a woman, now the scenario is no longer a good deal because the man only makes $40,000. Men making money was supposed to be for provision, correct? Mm-hmm. You can provide a life with a very simple income, but what's happened is provision has now become excess. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. A woman's version of provision now is typically what she thinks is a comfortable lifestyle for herself or how she sees her future. It's a certain type of house. Mm-hmm. It's a certain type of car. It's not just a car or a home or a place to lay my head. It's a certain type. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So now what's becoming what women are looking at when they say, oh, I want a man who can provide. They're talking excess. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. A vacation is not provision, but most women want a man who could travel. Getting that car for your birthday with the bow on the top so you can put it on Instagram, that's not provision, that's excess. The Louboutins or the type of purses or multiple dinner dates a month, that's excess. You get what I'm saying? That's not necessarily life, that's just American life that we have made it. If that man could just put food in the refrigerator and afford a stable home over your head, that is essentially provision. You get what I'm saying? But so now, like I said, I feel like they've taken it from provision to excess, and it's throwing off the type of men that you are now finding. Because now you're looking for the man who can provide excess. That does not make him a good man for you. Mm-hmm. So you're more intrigued by how much excess can this individual offer me? Right. That makes him more appealing but I'm labeling it as he can provide. No, a lot of guys can provide, just not up to your standard. So how do you feel about taking finances off the table as a woman nowadays?
They were never on the table for me.
Right. But before your culture, your gender, you know that's a thing. Right.
That's what I'm saying. I've been took that off the table just because I kind of, like I said, I can't be with a person that I don't create this bond with. Mm-hmm. So to me, we struggling together. You coming up together. It's a bond we're building together.
So are you saying income does not matter for you, period?
Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, yeah, like you said, I would want you to have your own, like, car. I'm not finna buy you clothes and shit like that. Right. But, like, yeah, I don't mind paying all the bills. And I don't mind that at all if the person is treating me good and I'm feeling happy. Like, if I have the chemical that's produced that makes me feel dopamine and I feel happy, that other shit doesn't matter. Like, my purse is from Target. So, but I'm a minimalist.
But even with that being said, though, you don't have some level of finances when you look at, like, what's your level? I don't believe a woman is just like, I don't believe you'll take a man unemployed, no transportation, no, just broke.
So
you'll take it completely
he would have
flat.
money. It just wouldn't be in a way that maybe the world sees it to get money. As long as I don't have to buy your personal things,
is a car baseline when you date a man without a vehicle?
I have, so I can't say no. But I mean,
But now, today, as Tania's matured to this person, you meet a man, he has no vehicle.
He make you feel all the shit you want to feel though.
Mm-hmm.
I would date him,
Okay.
but I would have to. It would have to be like we talk, and it's like I'm telling him like, but what are your goals to get one? Like I don't mind if I met you without one, but like I would like to see that maybe like he wrecked his car or something. Right. He doesn't have one. It's gonna take him a while. That won't bother me.
But Bone typically says how you start is how you finish.
Right.
I could talk about my goals to get a car all day. Don't mean I'm gonna actually get a car. A lot of broke people are people who don't actually get it together. They talk a hell of a game. I'm finna do a lot of stuff. I'm always finna do something.
The richest conversations are between broke motherfuckers.
Yeah, oh man. Bro, when I get this, I swear I'm
they love talking about them M's like they ain't nothing.
One of the risks that like, even my friends tell me like, no. But to me, it's one of the risks I don't mind taking if I have to meet genuine connections. So, like, if I connect with somebody and they don't have those things, they just don't have those things. It's not, I don't know.
Give me your standard of provision. As a woman, if you meet a man today, what's your standard of your baseline? I need an income, living situation that holds.
I want for you to be as equal as you can be with me. So if I have my own car, I want for you to have your own car. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I'm not judging you for not having a car, but like you said, like, did you just wreck your car? Like, why don't you have a car? You know what I'm saying? Like, if there's a reason behind it, okay, I will be patient enough with you. You know what I'm saying? But I want you to have money. Because I have money. You don't have to have a whole lot of money,
but
something. But something.
What's the base? What's the baseline? What's the annual that you would prefer?
Your little thing was cool.
Yeah, being able to provide and have food in the refrigerator.
Right.
I will take that. However, me personally, I want more. I'm going to appreciate what you can provide, but because I want someone who can give me an expensive purse on Valentine's Day. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because you got to think about that. Like, okay, if you're only providing the roof and the food in the house and you cannot provide anything else, am I ungrateful for wanting more? You know what I'm saying? Just as a woman, like,
you're not ungrateful as long as you acknowledge that those are your own personal expectations. Meaning that's not necessarily what we were put here on earth to do. I was not put here on earth as a man to give you a purse on Valentine's. That's something. Valentine's is a made up holiday. The purse is some made up shit that's overpriced. You get what I'm saying? I'm just here to make sure you have a place to sleep at night, food, and
that's cool. Like I said, that's cool for me. So yeah, I'm gonna take that. But
what if I'm a great man? But I don't have the Valentine's.
Do you mean like you do little stuff, like maybe like if you are at the Tom Thumb, they have like the $3.99 flowers. Do you occasionally get?
No, I don't. No, all that you're talking about is excess. When I say I'm a great man, is according to you guys, I don't sleep, I don't cheat, right? I am monogamous. I work a steady job. You get what I'm saying? I do not disrespect, lie to you. I do not hit you. I am there for our children if we make children. I do not run from my responsibilities.
Okay, well, I mean, like, are you?
I don't do any of the extra societal shit.
I'm not only societal. I mean, emotional. Women are emotional creatures. So, like, we like admiration occasionally. We like
tell you look nice?
Okay, that's what I mean.
If it's free, I do it. Yes. If it's free.
As long as it don't cost you.
Yeah.
Okay,
but if
so
it costs me
the
$1 gas station, I don't need. That's a gallon of gas.
Okay, but then you're affectionate. I mean, that's the word, baby. Like, you come home, you kiss, you like, babe, dance with me in the living room. All this is free.
Yes.
Yeah, and
cool.
I'll take that. However, like I said,
how long will you take that though? Because you don't sound like you got long.
However sound really important.
I have long. However, I'm going to work on you being able to provide in ways that I want for you to provide.
And the thing about it, what he's saying is that it's not necessarily that he can't provide. He don't want to. That's not his thing. His thing is to provide the essential provisions for his woman. Okay. My thing is to make sure you got food in the refrigerator and a place with lights on. Nothing else. I'm here for you. I ain't cheating on you. I'm solid.
He doesn't sound happy the way it says it.
No, I'm
though.
happy. I'm
He
just
happy.
old
Okay.
school. I'm
Yeah,
just
that
traditional.
shit just
I'm
sound
glad.
boring.
I'm glad I got
but
you
that,
here.
But that let you know how they
right.
function because that sounds
Yeah.
boring to them. That,
No,
that
it's
don't
the way
sound
he
happy.
said, like, or
I
in
give
the-
you good dick. I eat
No.
pussy well.
No, it was the way it was like, I'm gonna give you this and that's all I got.
No,
So
I'm
that's
just-
why I'm like,
I'm just-
it sounds like
no,
you're
I'm-
frustrated.
No, I'm just letting you know. Hey, that extra. I'm letting you know in advance. I don't do none of that.
You're not doing extra.
I'm not doing that. I'm date night. That's just not my thing. That vacation, that Tulum trip, you ain't gonna get that with me. I got $40,000 a year. I save up for rainy days. I'm responsible. I'm with my money. I put up for our children that we
As
make.
long as we
you
laughed
and-
and had fun still with those things,
Yeah.
that would be
we
great.
play Uno all
Perfect.
goddamn night.
Yeah, I
yeah,
could
but
do that.
I'm gonna want some nice
yeah,
things.
but I just think
Okay, but let's say so you want some nice things. Are you willing to provide them for yourself?
Yes,
Okay.
I will.
Will you get tired and will you judge me when I don't get those things? But you go get, like, that's not romantic for a lot of women to go buy
Yeah.
their own bag.
Yeah.
To plan their own trip, like, babe, I booked us a trip. That's not they don't get that feel
Yeah.
because they had to do it.
right.
You're right.
And
Yeah,
then
but sometimes that's necessary
For us.
and for them to know, like, okay, so she likes these things, so let me work a couple of hours a week.
But his question
to
is
provide.
why do women require those things? Like, who made those things important?
Our
Like, who
heart-
made those? Before
I think it's so common with the masses of women. It has to be an emotional thing for us because
But-
there's so many of us that do it.
But that it wasn't always that way.
Mm-hmm.
Even when you go way back, even when you go back to your great granddaddy and your granddaddy and grandmother, there was very little affection, if you can remember.
Yeah,
it was
she
him.
was-
It was him going to work, coming home, handing her that check, her fixing him something to eat. It was almost like a system, and they may have loved the fuck out of each other, but there was very little excess. You don't really hear about your grandma going to Tulum or Cancun. Or
Yeah, grandma
none of that.
didn't-
Grandma ain't
grandma
go
didn't
nowhere.
go to Tulum at all.
You feel me? They didn't go nowhere. They might have went to the juke joint every blue moon, but that was
okay,
it.
but see, they went to the juke joint. He talking about he ain't doing none of that.
No, but that don't cost
it's-
nothing
it's
really.
few and far
Yeah.
between.
Yeah,
But-
and it's very often.
But
But
oftentimes,
times have changed.
But oftentimes, no, we have changed.
we have changed. That's what he's
And-
asking.
We've
Right,
changed.
yeah.
Right.
Times have as well, though. Cars are bigger and more. I mean, cars
but
are more
that's-
affordable. People have more money. The societal norms are not the same. So people
yeah.
and times have changed.
but
times don't stay the same.
Yeah, I agree. But
People change the times
right.
though.
Inflation makes capability equal. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
yes, times have changed and we made more money, but things cost more than they ever do too, though. So for me to take you out to a nice dinner is $200 to $300. You know how many groceries we can make with $200 or $300?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Instead
Yeah.
of one meal that we both probably didn't truly enjoy, but I'm doing this to woo you, so to speak,
But
right?
it's not that much to do
But listen-
small things.
But no, not at all. But what I'm saying is, and this is the point I'm getting to. Like he said, grandma and them didn't do all that, right? Sometimes, but relationships lasted longer than they do today, right?
Right.
So now today is full of excess and woo, and you got to come out the gate with it. But relationships are a lot shorter,
Right.
Because women are gauging the excess, which cannot be consistently
Right.
kept up.
Right.
The system can.
Right. The
Right.
expectations
Right.
are unrealistic and,
Right.
and unnatural.
Grandma was in love with the man and the family. And as long as the system upheld, she will upheld her end of the system.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Now it's more about the excess. So if you cannot keep up the excess, I think now that there's something wrong with the relationship. And there's nothing wrong. We're actually just fine at times. But also, what women will do to offset that is they will find men who can keep up the excess,
Right.
which does not make them good men.
yeah.
Right.
You follow? You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that I think that a lot of times that's becoming the problem because now your gauge of what you're looking for has nothing to do with how good this man is or isn't for you.
Right.
So-
it's what he can do for you and how much he can provide. And usually it's a bunch of shit that adds up to nothing.
Exactly.
On the opposite end, though, you got to think, okay, yeah, people have changed and we've changed things, but like things are more accessible in this era than they were then. So, okay, back then, no, they weren't going to Tulum, but they might have went to Montgomery for the weekend. I don't know. You know, they did things like that. Like, oh, I always hear of old people being like, we got in the Lincoln
Right.
and we drove to
But-
Alabama.
but what he-
like, they did
Stuff.
things. So, what I'm saying is like, on the opposite end, the expectations of men are unrealistic. The expectations of women are unrealistic. Y'all want us to have not any. Grandma had emotions. Grandma snapped. Man knew if he didn't do whatever, like if grandpa didn't come home, grandma was going to say something. Maybe not in front of everyone.
Grandpa had a family down the street.
He did, but he kept that to where that family knew to stay there.
Yeah, of course,
Nowadays, you got social media, women approaching women.
Agreed, but Granddaddy didn't get a lot of lip. Granddaddy got the big piece of chicken, no matter what was going on. You get what I'm saying?
But there was a respect for grandma too that there isn't for women now. Like there's a, you know how we always say the grandma role in the family was like the matriarch. There ain't none of that shit now.
That's more modern than. I'm sorry, but that's more modern than what you're saying. Grandma, like the black woman, is the leader of the household now since they separated us systematically, right? Mm-hmm. So grandma became the leader of a single household when Big Mama was by herself.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And that's when the single mom shit started going on. When black families were together, black men had to say so.
But
black women didn't.
What I'm saying is back then you're saying the men are providing.
Yeah.
Now we don't have men co-parenting. They leave and never come back. And the woman is left with these kids. So then when they go to find a new suitor, she's like, well, I'm not going with none of the shit he was. My list is one notch up now. Yeah. And then the next time another man leave her, now I'm a notch up from that.
Yeah.
And then a notch up from that. And now, yes, it is an unexpected reality for men, but it's also unexpected realities for women to natural. Like I seen something I sent y'all today that said, why do you immediately go to child support court when you and your man break up if you're not bitter?
Yeah.
Why don't you ask for joint custody immediately? If you really want him to be in the kid's life, go to court and ask for joint custody.
Agreed.
But people don't. When I said that's what I wanted to do, everyone was like, you're lying. You're going to want money. And I'm like, no.
Because most women don't want that. Like, you get it. Most women don't want
But it's also not that common either. You know, women are trendy. They kind of follow what other... When people start saying period, people start saying period. People start wearing YSL, people start wearing YSL.
What will never become trendy is joint custody.
No, I'm saying, like, if more women felt like it wasn't going to be judged, that they don't want all of their kids' time. Like, I seen this thing the other day, so small. It said, if the world was ending in 20 minutes, which would you pick from? You have two choices. Smoke weed or fuck. Every woman on there who wanted to feel like they was a great mother was like, I would be with my kids. That was not the option. Just get off the post.
No, I understand that. But women aren't.
They're making their expectations high because they see other people make their expectations
high. No. Women are keeping their kids away. I didn't think we were going to drift into that. But women are keeping their kids away from the dad out of spite and control. I know. It ain't about how much time I want to spend with them or you being in their life.
That's what I'm saying, though. But they're only doing that because they see... That's the trend, is to do that.
No, that's in y'all. Y'all evil as a motherfucker on the low.
That's not in every woman.
Not every. But most women that's not in, co-parenting goes well.
Because most people do things based on what they see other people do.
Yeah, I agree with that statement, but not with that statement tied to that situation. Women are single-handedly keeping their kids away from their, like there's a purpose and a control behind that. Like I say, Kim Kardashian might have been right to do that because Kanye was bucking the day before, but she did it with an agenda. I'm pissed off at what you did, so no birthday party. You get what I'm saying?
Right. When that shouldn't, you shouldn't be able to weaponize that.
Right. Maybe I cut your ass out, but bring your ass to the birthday party.
You said, why are women having these expectations? And I'm telling you why. In these female groups where it's nothing but females talking privately, you'll get kicked out the group if you, and they all have these same things. Like, what should I be looking for in a man? And 12,000 women tell them this random ass list, and then they make it their list. Like how I asked y'all the other day how to pose this as a question. Why, when I start talking to a dude, if I like him and he has all these qualities, is the first thing a group of people gonna say is, well, why he ain't with her then? He must have done something wrong. It's like you want to know what happened to the last person so that you can base some shit off of your shit.
But that's what he's saying, though, is that when he posed the question, he's saying that basically the excess is something that y'all came up with. You feel me? Amongst each other. And that's the issue why you can't form genuine connections, because you're looking for the excess, and the excess usually comes attached to a motherfucker that ain't worth a damn. So he's saying that maybe y'all should go back to that same group and say, hey, maybe we shouldn't be looking for the excess because it's usually attached to shitheads. You feel me? Maybe we should be looking for genuine connections and dealing with the bare minimum when it comes to the financial side of it, and really seeing what type of dude it is. And what's funny is that what he's saying is that even a good dude can't be appreciated because women look for the excess. So if you come in as a good dude and you're doing all the right things, they're not all the right things for her because you're not buying her roses, you're not taking her on trips, and you're not taking a jet skiing on the weekend. So you're no longer a good dude. So it's like what he's saying is that in y'all groups, y'all have no clue what a good man is. You feel me? Because you're basing it on all of the wrong things. So Yeah, so
because what I'm saying is it's not just a woman thing. That's what I was trying to get to. Like, it's not something we just sat down and talked amongst each other and was like, this is what's going to happen. We're basing it off shitty things that have happened.
Experience.
Right. And so it's like, well, the next time, like you say, why do y'all keep picking the same? We try in our mind to avoid it, so we change our list a little. And then each time we have to do it,
but
alters.
what he's saying is if the list was basic as it should be, y'all wouldn't be having these conversations.
No, because what we're saying is
where does the
women-
finances come in?
That's what I'm saying.
That's
my
that
question.
hurt.
We
So when
already-
you're hurting, you come up with these new things. Where does the money come in at?
Because you just said, okay, I'll be trying to tell y'all on this show every week, y'all are logical by nature. If you believe in the Bible, we were put to nurture you. Our emotions tie into our logic a lot of times.
Oh no, we understand that.
Okay, so what
Yeah.
I'm saying though is, you're saying, why do you have to get a $3.99 rose if I'm providing rent and all this? Because that shit you're providing is common. You know you're gonna provide that. We don't know if you missed me a little and you just thought about me and brought my favorite water.
Okay.
It doesn't have to
But-
be expensive. What we're saying is small gestures that you're saying
No,
have
we-
nothing
we
to
get-
do with financial shit.
Yeah.
That equates to how now people want these big ass Tulum parties or whatever they want.
We get that all the way down to the basic side of it, of buying you a rose and the minor
What we're
things.
saying is at some point that shit stopped, and so women started having to put it on their list because niggas don't do it.
Right, but what he's saying is doing those things don't make you a good. That shouldn't determine if you're a good man or not. Because when you do that, if you do the extra or not. So what he's saying is like, So
Correct, but what I'm saying is with women we have feelings more. So you can have all these checklists that are like, let's say it's 2 jobs. Both of them have the exact same things, but one of them is in Chicago where you love home. So you pick that one because it has a feeling attached.
But see,
that's how women do shit.
Right, but from a primal standpoint, Tania,
Even primal women pick from emotion. That's why cavemen would just beat them on the head.
No.
I can't argue. I get what. Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that, and from a primal standpoint, it's just like the basics of determining what's a good lion is doing the things that it does.
And basically, what we trying to tell you is that those expectations, the $3.99 rolls, or the things that may give you a better feeling, does not equate to a good man. So while you may feel a certain way, that doesn't mean you're actually with a good person because you feel that way. And don't say that those things are common. The basic provisions, you're gonna do that. No, because most of the
wait a minute. In your scenario, because you already said you're gonna.
But listen to what I'm saying. Most of the women, the dicks that they have taken in their life didn't come with a place to stay, a roof over your head, and food in the refrigerator. A lot of women fuck for a nice dinner. They fuck for the excess and didn't even check on the cake.
Right.
They didn't even check on to see if the other shit was
And all you
underneath
got
there.
was icing.
Right. A nigga just came in, hit you off with a little bit of that excess that you like so much, got that pussy and skated with the meat of the situation.
Right,
You get what I'm saying?
right.
So what I'm saying is, if you just take off the other shit, like, hey, fuck the dinners, fuck the.
And it's funny though, because you just asked her earlier, like, what does a man have to have anything financially or whatever, and she just talked about how he had to make her feel.
Right.
And usually the excess is what controls your feelings, not
True.
the meat and potatoes. So what he's saying is that a lot of the times you'll end up with a shithead because the excess is easy a lot of the times. The meat and potatoes is what's hard. A motherfucker taking you in and actually taking care of you consistently
All the time.
is hard.
Every day, yes.
Being here to listen to you talk all the time is hard, but it's easy for me to skate in and buy you a rose, take you on a trip, talk to you real sweet, smash, and I'm out. You feel me?
But see, that's not what I was saying in his scenario where it was 2 people living together making 40 grand. I'm saying, like, is he coming home with stuff like that? Because that's what happened in the old days. That's why you have movies like Bridges of Madison County where the mama died and left love letters to her daughter saying, I was in love this one time and but I chose your dad because he was the better man. But this woman died unhappy, really. So it's like there can be a man who makes the minimal money, like I would say, that I'm okay with, but he also does things for me. Like, I'm really big on manly things. Like, if I get to the gas station, I want you to pump the gas. That is a small admiration thing that I appreciate, really. You know,
Right. And we both would agree that that's a man thing to do.
correct.
Pump
So
your
it's
girls,
like
though.
there's not a lot of men nowadays. When I say men, I mean they don't pump gas. They will sit there and watch you do it. They don't take your trash out. Like, that shit doesn't make you wanna.
But it at the end of the day, it shouldn't. I'm with you as far as like I want you to understand that we agree. As a man, if I got a daughter, I would want her boyfriend to take the trash out, pump her gas, but I am also modernized. I'm an American. I believe
Right.
I'm a part of the system.
Right.
But technically, that does not equate to a good man.
Right.
I pumped a lot of gas for bitches I was cheating on.
Right.
I took a lot of trash out from women I was lying to. You get what I'm saying?
But a lot of men paid a lot of bills and had a family down the street. So those were good man
Yeah,
qualities,
no.
and he still had a family. You
But-
just said Grandpa had a family down the street, but he came home with
But
chicken
also,
breast.
you've been here
He
long.
cheated.
But you've been here long enough to know that we've said multiple times that being with one woman is not a part of the nature, the provision. We've already said that men should be with
Right, I'm just
multiple
saying,
women.
but you just equated you pumping gas
Right.
and cheating as not being a good man. But
No,
then
no,
it's
but-
okay when it's
because I'm
Grandpa
saying
paying bills.
that's excess. I didn't say that.
No,
let me be clear.
I'm saying you.
Right.
We got
I'm
5
saying
minutes.
that. Okay. I'm saying that Grandpa, yeah, he had a family down the street. Men are gonna cheat regardless on the end of the circle. I've never said when I did my scenario to 40,000, faithful wasn't even in the equation. You get what I'm saying? As far as the 40,000 situation, right? So no, men are not gonna. So yeah, Grandpa wasn't faithful like no man is
So maybe
today.
that's not a good man to some women.
But we've discussed that on the show,
right? And that's his question. Then it's all is like,
on this
why
show,
is that
I'm
not?
taking everything off the list that does not equate to being a good man, because my goal is to help women see more of the essence
So
of
you're
men,
saying
so you
being
can pick.
faithful doesn't have anything to do with being a good man.
No, not at all. But how you cheat does. I do think the way. If I'm going to cheat on my girl and put it all in her face and treat her like shit and let
Right.
the other women come over and all,
Right. That's a character
Drive
issue.
her car to
that's
go
a
get some
yeah.
pussy. Like all that
Yeah,
shit is
that's
fuck
character-
nigga
character
shit.
flaws.
Yeah, that's character flaws. But just fucking another woman that you don't know. If I got a family down the street and you don't know nothing about it, I feel like you shouldn't care. You don't know about it. Are
So
you
honestly,
unhappy?
you don't feel it.
Right. Your house, your lights on, what are you upset about? It's in my nature to fuck multiple people. Whether you disagree with that or don't disagree with that, it is. There are women in 2022 right now in other countries just as happy with their husband with 3 other wives than you are with the one dude you got.
Yeah, they're in other places too where that's in their religion, that's in their
So
race,
that's what- that's-
and they also have no choice.
Now they have choices. They can rebel just like y'all did.
Not
you-
in some of the countries where they don't even have internet. It's
They don't
not-
need.
it's
They don't
easy.
need the internet. Women have feelings. Like you just said, women have feelings.
Yeah, but like
you
in
think them
Saudi,
women
you
in-
can't even fly without your
But if you don't
husband's
think
or-
them women
or
in
your
their
dad
house
saying you
don't
can,
want
like-
some of them other bitches in their house, you got another thing coming. They women just like y'all.
Right, but they don't have a choice as much as America. That's why women.
Yeah, but
come
y'all
to
didn't.
America.
Y'all didn't have a choice at one point in time.
But we do now.
And look what happened. Now relationships are shorter than ever. Motherfucker made her give y'all too many choices.
No,
But somebody might have gave you a little bit too much freedom. But that's no.
I think
I'm wrong.
there- I
He
think
said
there's
that's
a-
free all the way.
there's
Right.
a gap of y'all not understanding that a lot of the things that we think we require or what they make us feel are tied into us in DNA. We're genetically
But
encoded.
I don't think those things are DNA, because if you like, we're animals just like everything else. No animal in the wild has evolved to giving another animal some flowers or to do they do the basic shit.
No, but
Now,
they
listen,
do
listen.
basic shit like
Like,
cuddle.
hold on,
Even a
hold on.
lioness be bothering the lion
Right,
and he
right.
lay her ass down and let her just calm
Listen.
her down. It's a soothing thing between their soul.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
Now you got it. Go
Okay,
ahead.
listen. Before we go, we 2 hours in. Love
That
all
was
these
good,
topics.
man.
All of these
I
are
fuck with that was good though.
yeah. All of these are repeat topics. Do you have any closing remarks? I brung you in on the show where we had to clear up some things in the beginning. I know that if you like a dude, you'll swallow him up apparently. So, fellas, if you know how to treat a woman,
You can get swallowed up.
hey, sleep.
Telling you.
So, double down.
Or I would just like to say that I am pretty simple. I would like to be married like back in the day when you hear the term like barefoot and pregnant.
Yeah.
Like I would personally do that myself.
Right.
I don't want to work.
Right.
I want to be at home and
Yeah.
raise my kids. You know what I'm saying? So I will take a man providing, just going to work, coming home, going to work, coming home, providing for the house, providing
good
food.
man.
You know what I'm saying? A good man. And like I said in the beginning, I go for gentlemen anyway.
Right.
So I'm not going for
Swallow
somebody
that.
who's trying to just give me some money. You
Right.
know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
However, just from experience, coming from your point of view, you do experience some things, and then you just kind of want better. Right. You know what I'm saying? Or you just want that little extra, because there's nothing wrong.
Right. Once you're exposed to it, you're exposed to it. It's just like technology. Once you get a phone, you got a phone, and you can't go back to not having one.
Or it's just like you try to learn. So
but we have to understand though that we didn't start that way. We didn't start with the phone. We got addicted to the phone, and now we make excuses to have the phone. Right. You feel me? But we didn't start with it. We were fine before it, and we were fine before the extra shit. When a man just took his ass to work, came home, and did what he was supposed to do.
Right.
So it's not needed. Enough. It's not needed, but it's just wanted.
Yeah. So ladies, understand that I wasn't telling you not to go to dinners and not get Valentine's. I'm just trying to break things down to the bare minimum, so you can maybe tone down your list if you want to find the man you're supposed to be with. But Phyllis, I thank you for coming on. Yes, you welcome back at any time. Now that you got your feeling of how things going here. Yeah. And yeah, man, glad y'all worked it out. My two co-hosts, love y'all to death. And I'm Adam 12 Taylor, the Anxiety Issues Podcast. Here with my brother Boneface at Boneface Inc. and Miss Tania Monroe. And we out of here.